I am your most magnanimous illustrative host, Michael D. Nicola, where I draw for your viewing pleasure or displeasure, depending on the day. It's the start of the stream. I draw, like I just said. I want to thank my patrons. We got some new patrons in the Discord this week. I'm cooking something extra special up for you guys there. I'm currently formatting my art, taking it off the old iPad, doing all the Inktober stuff, and I'm going to be releasing it in 4 bundles for each week. It's going to have the high-res images for those of you who... It's going to have high-res images for the regular Patreon members, and for the next tier up, I'm going to have the PSD files and the full time-lapse videos up as well. It's just taking a little while for me to get those together is all. This has been a pretty busy week. I also want to thank my YouTube members, Twitch subscribers, Discord community, and everyone on the other various social media platforms who are part of the greater community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you being here live, and I appreciate you guys also checking out the VOD when you can. My goodness, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm fucking melting in this apartment. Can I curse? It's been past a minute. Hopefully they'll let me slide. The building manager is just melting me with heat. I had to open the windows up. Hello, Hope Henson. Hi, Hope. This is for if you don't know, I'm going over a time-lapse video of the most recent drawing I made. I made this last night. I posted it on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram just this morning before I passed out. Dude, I didn't go to sleep until like 10 o'clock in the morning this morning. I pulled an all-nighter, and boy am I feeling it, dude. I actually messaged Nerd. Nerd was like one of the first people I messaged when I woke up. I think because did you hit me up last night, or did I just message you out of the blue? Out of the blue.
Early this morning, I was like, I'm playing some ranked open queue,
and I was like, what? It's like
I'm playing it right now. I'm getting I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen on this one.
Open queue is sheer fucking chaos.
They've got a great diva, and like, a good diva can be the difference maker.
Listen, listen, a good team that can like work around a diva's comp, a diva tank comp, which is, like I said, more of a dive comp. You know, you swoop in, you single a target out, you swoop in, usually the healers first. Swoop in, take them out, flee before they can flank you or focus fire you down. Flee, heal up, move on to the next, and you just pick them off one by one. That's a fun.
This soldier's got to be mad at me. Because I am just fucking wrecking him and the diva. Like, the diva's the toughest one they got on their team, but
tanks are usually
just like all the rest.
Tanks are usually the ones that go crazy at me because I like to target them. Generally,
yeah, you're a pretty aggressive tank yourself.
I know, but like, I aim to be as frustrating as humanly possible. So I don't know if you know this, but Orissa's javelin can shut down McCree's ult. It shut down ults.
It doesn't it like bring you two together? Like it pulls you and the character you hit together, or?
Yeah. How hot is it? Yeah, he is. Says Hope says, how are you? It's a really nice drawing. Thank you, Hope. Hope, is this your first time in the live channel? If so, welcome. If not, apologies for not seeing you sooner. Nicola's here. Nicola's in the chat, but not in the voice chat. I'm assuming she's enjoying her afternoon. She just got off work or is about to. She's probably kicking her feet up. The javelin doesn't pull us together. What the javelin does is it's a stun. It's like hitting somebody with whatever the stunning effect is, but it completely interrupts their shit. But imagine, what's up, Josh the gang? But imagine like you were playing Overwatch and you've been working really hard to build up your ult, right? You got a bunch of kills. You finally, you know, those things you might be lucky to get 2 off in a round. So you've got your ults, your McCree. You're like, it's time. You know, it's about to be high noon. And then you go like, it's high, and then a fucking Orisa just hits you in the face with a javelin, and that's it.
Dude, it happens. Junkrat's special is one of the most vulnerable because you can just shoot it and cancel it out.
Right.
It's always frustrating when I'm like, no, just another second, and then it's like, oh fuck, they shot it. Never mind. I suck.
Well, Ging is in Ginger, is what Josh the Ging says.
He's a proud Ginge.
Ginge. I get off work at 2:30, but I'm chilling. Oh fuck, that's right. You start work at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Someone has to feed the chickens.
Yeah, Nikki does work like a farmer. She gets up at the crack of dawn. She heads out there.
Nikki likes daylight savings time.
Yeah, she heads out there barefoot, straw hat, overalls on, just chewing
and the
hay.
Goats. Sorry, Nikki, I didn't want to under say what she does. And the goats.
Hey, Bansy. As per Bale's request, I don't know if Bale's here yet. I did watch the first episode of My Hero Academia season 6, episode 1.
I thought you were gonna say Chainsaw Man. You disappoint.
I looked up Chainsaw Man's dubbed release date, and it is the 25th, so that is next Tuesday. And the only reason why I know that is because I literally looked it up 10 minutes ago. I don't know dates like that normally.
You're so far behind, man. I'm already on episode dose.
I'm already on episode dose, man. I am all caught up on Mob Psycho because Funimation is doing it right. They're simul releasing dub and sub. Josh the Gang says 4 ads after already watching one when you enter the stream. Jesus, what the fuck? I don't plan those, by the way.
I just want to say, if you are subscribed, you are impervious to ads.
This is true. Imagine Josh is just like, he's like, ugh, these fucking ads. He gets to watch Selena Gomez giving somebody a fucking hand job.
I want that ad. I always get like IKEA.
She's at IKEA. And then he finishes off on a sofa, but a very affordable sofa that you could build yourself. More money I don't have, says Ginge. Fair.
That would be a disappointing porno if it's like, we're in this IKEA, we just got this IKEA furniture, let's put it together, and like the guy goes to start the interaction. She's like, no, seriously, we got an afternoon free, let's do it. The kids are asleep, let's get the IKEA furniture together. That's the whole porno, putting together a cabinet.
Oh, I thought the wife starts putting it together and he's just watching her jerking off. It turns out it's his kink, watching somebody.
Got the Swedish meatballs for you.
Yeah, like when she loses the little like the
God damn it, they only include the exact amount and I dropped one.
Yeah, she loses a screw, and he finally finishes where she doesn't quite know how to work that one standardized IKEA wrench, the octagonal kind of wrench.
The metric.
Yeah, what do you call that?
It's a metric.
Metric.
That's all it is. It's just the hexagonal or octagon, whatever it is. Yeah, it's just a metric. Then like us crazy Americans though, those fucking foreigners with their foreign furniture. Don't they come with like a little tool though?
Nikki says, "Give me my fucking prints, dude." Every day I wake up thinking I gotta send Nikki her prints.
It haunts him. He has anxiety about it.
It is. No, I have on my phone. Where's my phone? I'll show you.
He looks outside his window and he swears he saw her standing in his front area.
I will literally show you right now without on camera, without deleting anything, without deleting or removing anything impromptu. So you know this wasn't staged. Here I've got memes, but like literally, let's see, one tier up in my photos, no nudies or anything. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you, but rest assured, it's the message to Lucrezia.
What just happened? You're like, I'm going to show it to you. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Fuck you guys.
Well, you know what? As I was going to show you the message, I realized that I think there's some private information on there that you guys shouldn't be seeing.
Oh, boy.
Like, you know, Kretzy's real name and that kind of stuff. But
Mike is sending nudes.
But Nikki knows. Nikki knows what's on that message. Just to show you, like, every day, I'm like, I gotta send them their things. And every day, I don't have enough fucking time. Like, for example, today I was working, then It's not, Nikki, it's not that I don't want to. It's like it doesn't matter how early I wake up. It's like I've got too much shit to do. So what ends up happening is now to be fair, what I could do is sacrifice something else. Like, you know, to be honest, the other day when we were playing Overwatch, I could have been printing. That's what I should have been. I should have been printing. However, as far as leisurely time, that was it. Actually, the last time I played Overwatch was with you, Matt. When was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, we played for a little bit in the afternoon.
Yeah, and that was the last bit of free time I had. A couple hours in the afternoon with Matt. And outside of that, I've been working, cleaning, taking care of the lady, getting her to work, fucking prepping her lunch, doing the dishes, getting the laundry. And then even this, after the stream, I could only do about 3.5 hours because I got to clean up this entire apartment because my mother-in-law is coming tomorrow.
What is the process of printing?
So the process of printing at this point is I ran out of printer paper. So I can't afford new printer paper, but I've got 11 by 17 printer paper. So what I got to do is I got to measure those out and I got to cut them into 8.5 by 11s, which is just in half really. But I've got a paper cut over there, like a big one that brings down like a guillotine.
The ones you see in a school, the one the Punisher used, the Thomas Jane Punisher.
Not even those are the shitty ones. Those are machete ones. No, the one I have actually has a it has a like turnkey press that presses the paper down, so that it's flat completely and like super pressed, and then it brings down a guillotine, not like a slow kind of scissor motion, just like a real true from the top down chopping fucking guillotine.
You got that gourmet paper cutter.
Yeah, man, because I was making my own zines for a while and I needed to chop paper in mass. So what I had to do was I've got to prep the printer paper, then I've got to prep the printer itself. By that I mean I've got to flush the cartridges out, perhaps fill the cartridges up, and then do a test print or two to make sure that everything is working okay.
I mean, the good news is when you do all this preliminary, then it should be easy peasy, right?
Once the prelim is done, it is easy peasy. And then the next part is package the print, put the print in the little envelope, print out the address via PayPal, all that stuff. It's a lot of like logistical stuff, which is probably why
you forget about that. Play Overwatch with me, and all questions can be submitted in writing from here on.
Yeah, which is like, to be honest, it's like doing all that from nothing is probably like a couple hours of time and effort and getting everything like together.
Also, I would do the preliminary one day and go, you know what? Tomorrow we'll do the prints. And then, you know what I mean? Split it up between a couple days. That way you're not like 2 hours sitting there going, fuck, I could literally be doing anything right now and I got to sit here and do this.
No, you're right. That's the best way to do it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll chip away at it. Because to be honest, first, I've got to clean off my desk. My desk is full of shit. So that's step one. Step one is really clean up the fucking room. Then, step two is all the other stuff. And then step three is print, pack, ship, so that it'll survive the post office trip. It's a pain in the butt. It's actually the reason why. So the print giveaway used to be 10 subs for a print giveaway. But then I realized how much work it took, as well as cost to ship and all that. So like paper, ink, my time in general, as well as like shipping costs. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. Giving prints away at $10 a print is literally not affordable because of Twitch's cut. Because I'm only seeing half of that. That stinks.
Yup, the big 50-50. Now everybody's on that 50-50.
Now everybody gets fucked.
Welcome to the bottom. We're nice here.
Welcome, power bottom. It's like I'm not a bottom. It's like you will be.
Yeah, you are now, boy.
You will be. How was your stream today, bud?
Oh. It was cool, man. It was Arma.
Arma's
yeah, Arma's been getting better numbers lately for some reason. More people have been grabbing. Like, when I first started doing Arma streams, because I do them every Thursday, I was getting like 3 people watching. And today I had like upwards of 13, which, for whatever reason, people are gravitating towards it.
Are you going on any holiday parties? Do you have a Halloween costume ready?
Nah, man, we don't really like. I don't know about you, but when we got into our like late 20s, early 30s, all of the friends we had just kind of shed a little bit.
No, like you shed them like a skin, like a lizard shedding its skin?
Well, maybe it's just us, but like, you know, the people who were like fake friends start to show themselves, and then we moved to the south side, which put a good separation, and like also getting older, we don't know a lot of people, so I was considering going just doing a Halloween stream as Captain Spaulding.
Oh, not Principal Spaulding?
No, I have too much hair for that.
You got to get you a bald cap.
Oh, dude, I would look like Kevin from The Office, shaven with a bald cap.
Oh no! Don't you dare! Don't do it.
No, okay, I do have more muscle than him, but facially, I don't know. He looks like Fat Dilbert, so I'd imagine I look like either that or fucking Peter Griffin. It's one or the other.
I can't do a good Peter Griffin.
Jen says either can I. Jen says we grew up, they did not. Yeah, I don't know. As you got older, you didn't find yourself like people that you were once very close with just kind of disappeared.
Oh, dude, all the dudes who I was boys with in my 20s are fucking. Well, but like one.
Besides maybe a few, but even honestly, then, it's like, you know what? We're adults. We don't have time.
You know what happened, man? I live in a transient city, which sounds like I'm a fucking boxcar hobo, but
gypsy.
But really, what it is New York City is a place where people come to, like New York City is a place where people move to aspire to be here. I'm a townie, you know. So what ended up happening was the majority of friends I had in my 20s. I had a couple of friends from this not the sticks, but from like the outer boroughs, and a couple from the city proper. But the vast majority were all transplants, man. So guys from Michigan, guys from Australia, guys from South Africa, and what ended up happening is guys from Rhode Island. You like that mix? South Africa, Michigan. Australia,
dude, Rhode Island. Like so small too. It's like the odds of you meeting them are great.
I know.
There's a good percentage of it.
It's nice. It's nice seeing a Rhode Island license plate. It's even nicer seeing a Hawaii license plate. I've only seen like 2 in my entire life in the States. Anyway, all that said, they all basically went back, or just out and out moved away. So even if they were from here, I had a good friend, Allie, probably best female friend of all time. No sexual attraction to each other. Or at least not on my side. She got hitched and moved to Vermont. You know, like she just had to get out of this place, and she's like third gen New Yorker, like by blood, by birthright.
I had a lot of guys who lived in Chicago and grew up here. Same thing. Like there's dudes that are in Montana that fight wildfires. 2 of them are out in those areas fighting wildfires, and then they scattered. But even my closest buddies, like one of them got a girlfriend who had kids, and then like
that'll do.
Like
that's
Homer Simpson into the shrubs, man.
Yeah, no, that's dude. Well, that's the other thing, right? You get married, you move away, you have kids. So like, you know, my boy Ryan, dude lives in Staten Island, diehard New Yorker. Moved to Oklahoma. His lady got a gig there. They had up and leave. So like, what ends up happening is, you know, there's not a whole lot of people left, and the people that are left are usually pretty deep adulting, you know, especially if they've got kids. If they've got kids, they are off the radar, man. They're gone. But my friends that don't have kids and hate kids, well, you know, not hate, but, you know, don't want them for themselves, they're still around. We still hang. You know, I'll invite them over to, you know, come over and watch some TV.
We've got like an hour boundary between like Crash Test Dummy, who's on the stream a lot. He's north side. Him and Julian are north side. Alex is north side. So it's like, problem with that is that's an hour divide. which doesn't seem so bad.
No, that's because that's 2 hours both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're hanging out at night, then you're going. It's less of a divide. It's only like a 25-minute divide on the expressway at that point. But any other route's still going to take you 45 to an hour. So, and then there's nowhere to meet in the middle. Like, I'm south side, dude. In the middle's like past nice downtown. It's in the 30s. That's just shit area.
Yeah, no,
so it's
dude.
either I either go to the north side and I hate the north side now, or they come out here. It is what it is. It's a bummer. I just want to have an old school barbecue, like in Fast and the Furious. Is that so wrong?
You just want to fucking Toretto it up.
Yeah, I just want to call everybody in my family, cook some wieners, and have a good day. Drink some Corona. You gotta drink Corona.
Well, we had a whole conversation about this the other night, whereas there's no like communal spaces for like your area anymore. Like especially if you don't drink. Right. Even if you are inclined. But like a place where you don't like, that's like, but by the way, even if you did want to drink, you still have to go there and spend money. And it's like,
yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is, hey, what's up, Brian Mendez? I don't know what's going on, but you've got a nice voice to listen as background sound while doing homework. Hey now, get your homework done. Like we talked about this, man. Back in the day, communities were built on, they call them third spaces, right? A space that isn't home, it isn't work, but you didn't necessarily have to spend money to be there.
Well, that's what parks used to be.
Yeah. But like there were parks and they had like, people would have like tea rooms and like elk lodge type places and church like places. But nah, man, that's gone. So like, let's face it, man. Our friends and community is this. Like, if you're here, if you're in the Discord, like this is this is cyberpunk. This is the dystopian cyberpunk that we're in. We don't see people in real life.
It's so much more depressing because we don't have any mods. Like, I don't have blades coming out of my arms. Like, we got shit fucking shafted, man.
Yeah, we've got ever growing mega corporations that we're beholden to. Dwindling real life communities, and we just exist
Daddy Bezos.
We exist in the cyberspace. We toil away.
Elon.
And like I said, it's only going to get worse, man. I remember my friend's kid when he was 3 years old, running around, and I noticed him doing two things that I thought shocked me, or at least surprised me a lot. He was handling his mother's iPad with like precision, like figuring it out, like figuring out how to unlock it, figuring out how to like swap around and like open apps and stuff. Now she's a smart lady. She had like kid locked, so he can hop on a game and start getting into the microtransactions. But like just watching his little tiny primate brain figure out an iPad screen, and then she said, after, like he would pick up a paper, like a magazine, and then try to swipe it to like you could swipe an iPad, not realizing that this doesn't work like that. But you're like, holy shit! And then also, I remember him.
Get that kid a fucking book.
I remember him talking to the Alexa. Oh god, let me mute mine before it starts fucking going off. Just like Alexa, call whatever. I told you this before. Right? They live in a 3-story house, so like his room is like up in the second floor. Yeah, so like using like an intercom, right? So like checking in on like the kitchen where his mom is, checking in on the basement where his dad. Using it as an intercom, using Alexa to play his favorite music in his room, and like the kid was like, at this point, the kid was like 4 or 5, like, but like, think about that kid's childhood and how far removed it was if you grew up in the 90s. It's like night and day, man. It's like we practically grew up in fucking cornfields with like Nikki barefoot with overalls, chewing on hay.
Yeah, it is a little weird because I will agree, the young kids, when you see one that knows how to use the iPad, it's like Tom Cruise from Minority Report. Like, I know how to use that iPad, and just the way because they're quick about it too. Yeah, like, they go full in on the concentration on them, which is a little scary.
Well, their brains are so attuned to education. They're looking at everything twice and taking it in for the first time. So they're studying it. It's why they're able to pick up language so quickly.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if my kid, because I'm, all in on tech, so I'd imagine my kids would be. What do? Do you go, you know what? You can play some games, but you got to do an hour and a half of Rosetta Stone? You're learning Japanese, motherfucker.
I don't know, man. I'm assuming... Well, my parents just basically sat me in front of a fucking TV and told me to have at it, So I grew up on television, more or less. Television was the third parent in my household. I was shit at school, so I mean,
Same with movies.
So like, I fucking can't imagine. I'm assuming most parents have got to be like, fuck it, give them the iPad, shut them the fuck up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just moved devices. Like, we went from, hey, just go watch The Simpsons, to, hey, go on your iPad.
Yeah.
Parents really have evolved. They figured out more efficient ways to neglect.
But I would say the major difference there, you're right, if you look at the progression, right, listening to, like, imagine, right, reading a book, then reading a book becomes listening to the radio, becomes watching TV, becomes doing shit online, becomes iPad, right? The difference between all those other things and the iPad is, one, the interactivity, and two, the dopamine rush, right? That constant need for those of us who are terminally online, or not all the time, but at times, especially those of us who post content online regularly, because I know I'm guilty of doing this. You're looking around, you're like, oh, you know what, I posted something? Let me see how that post do. Just let me see if any numbers comparatively to me, right? I only get like 30 likes on a post, right, on Instagram. How's this post doing? What's the reach on this? What was the numbers on the last YouTube video I posted? Anything on like, this is what my brain goes. And then if I go to one of these platforms and I see somebody wrote a comment, they wrote something nice, they wrote something mean, I got a few likes. You can't, even if you know, right, with your whole ass brain, that this isn't real, right? These likes don't equate to a damn thing. It tricks you into thinking that it does. So, like, we've all watched the documentaries, I'm assuming, where people are basically like, hey, stay off social media. Social media is poison for your brain. It was completely geared. The algorithm was built from the ground up, geared to keeping you on that platform in perpetuity, like just forever, to never leave. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. You name the platform, they want you to keep your eyes on their platform at all time, and they will do whatever they can to keep you on there. Be it from recommended posts, be it from posts that are designed to either completely agree with you or completely disagree with you and get you mad, therefore get you engaged, and so on and so forth. And with each interaction, with each swipe, with each engagement, with each comment, with each downvote, you get your brain starts releasing these these neurochemicals, these hormones, these things like serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. Your brain starts being flooded with these chemicals, and your receptors get trained to pick up this thing, and this is like this is a serotonin release. But my roundabout way of saying, what happens when you are a 3-year-old and you're doing that? There has to be some kind of like negative shit that's happening there, right? Like, it can't just be.
Well, you'd imagine them having everything at their fingertips is gonna fuck with their attention span a little bit.
Eric, how old before your kids start playing with the iPad and smart devices? What's the age?
He's my son is 4 and he's playing Angry Birds now.
Oh no!
No, it's too late.
So here's the thing, I jumped in, I think, late in that conversation. You were talking about like how it's like built to capture imagination and therefore deliver a dopamine hit to your head, right?
Yes.
So I think the version that you're talking about, I think it's applicable and it's true when it comes to adults. The actual dopamine hit, the value of that to a kid's brain is relative to the experience of what that dopamine means to the kid. So that needs to be clarified in a big way. Like the dopamine hit that you're getting now is like 200, 300x what a kid gets, right?
Right.
But it needs to build into that. The experience that you're getting now about like, hey, the comments and the likes and all that stuff, kid doesn't know what that means.
Right.
Right? So if you train it, and I say it being the kid, if you train the kid that dopamine hit is so much better than, they would get a much better experience of like, whoa, that's really amazing by doing something else. You're just diverting what because there's two versions of that dopamine hit. One is the passive one, which is the one that you're talking about, right? And one is the active one. You just divert where they get that dopamine hit. And so you train them effectively into getting their dopamine hit elsewhere in a more sort of quote unquote healthy environment. That's trainable. So when you have a kid and you sit them in front of an iPad and you escalate what they were used to be like, whatever small amount of dopamine being to release into their head. And now they want more and more and more, right? Because it's like coffee, right? Caffeine is, you have to scale it to the point where it's like, oh, I used to be able to only drink 1 cup of coffee and be jacked for the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. So is dopamine, right? So that's what your brain is craving. The thing that you see, like it's clear when you're watching, like, oh, I just saw a boob and that's a complete turn on,
Yeah.
And now you're like hardcore porn, because your brain is now used to like, oh, that feeling, I'm not used to that anymore. That's the level of stimuli. I'm used to that now. Similar to a kid looking at an iPad for the first time.
What's up, Bill Sniper? Right. I mean, it sounds like your kid is basically using it as a Game Boy. A modern Game Boy.
It's a toy.
Yeah,
it's a toy.
Yeah,
it's in as much as if I were to hand him like a Game Boy or like a because the thing that he plays on there, like I see the value of Angry Birds minus the monetization. That's the part I'm like, oh, don't get hooked on the fucking monetization. Get out of here, right? I see the value of the puzzle building of what do you call it, of Angry Birds. What I don't like is that it's not tactile, right? There's something to be said that when my mother-in-law brings him like an actual involved puzzle, that he has to engage portions of his brain to go like, oh wait, that didn't work. Right? That's a lot more engaged than what Angry Birds does, which in a way it kind of does. Oh, I launched this bird and there's a wind machine, so it blows the bird up and it doesn't hit its target. But you can do it over and over and over again until you get some level of like, some level of success. A tactile, which is another added feature, which is like you're holding it in your hand and you're trying to figure that puzzle out. That's the only key difference. But otherwise, it's just like any other toy. At least that's how I approach it.
What kind of time restraints do you put?
Yeah, it's actually, here's the better part, I think. It's incentivized for him to use it. So, hey, you need to go learn how to use the potty. If you sit on the potty and you pee in there, you get to have 15 minutes of iPad time.
Nice. Fair.
Or you get to choose, because you like, now there's an agency component to it, which is like, hey, you get 15 minutes iPad, or you get 15 minutes of like kids YouTube where you get to watch trucks, which is his favorite thing, like construction trucks, You get to watch one of those things. Otherwise, you're playing with Legos, you're playing with like Duplos, you're playing with like your race cars or whatever, You're coloring a book, you're doing all those things. And the other one is before bedtime, you're not watching any screen. Like an hour, 2 hours before bed, you're not watching any screen.
I mean, that's what fucking adults shouldn't be doing that either. Like that's what medical professionals say. Like, oh, hey, you can't sleep, retard. Stop staring at basically a flashlight in your hands, asshole.
But keep in mind, it's so much more impactful. Like, I heard my son as early as 4 o'clock in the morning doing this. In the what do you call it? Oh, the camera, right? The baby cam.
Yeah.
I was like drawing, and I heard him chanting something. It's like,
he's fucking summoning.
What are you saying?
Speaking in Latin.
Yeah, he was saying something 3 or 4 times in a row, and I heard him go like, "What are we doing in this garbage can?" And he started laughing at the end of it. It's just like a crazy clown, you know what I mean? Like. And can you imagine, it's like super dark in the house, 4 a.m., and there's like a kid laugh. There's like my nightmare.
Ugh.
My nightmare. Like the Silent Hill levels of like...
He delivered a stiff left jab right to his
head. And I went up there and karate chopped him in the throat.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I went up there and I said, hey, you okay? And he's like, yeah. And I go, what are you saying? And he said it, and he started laughing at the end of it. I'm like, wait, that's scary. Stop laughing. I said, where'd you hear that from? And he says, oh, it's from this show that he was watching the other night. Now, I know, or the other day, and I know for sure that was 4 or 5 hours before bedtime that he saw that show. He's retaining that. Now, that's 5 hours before bedtime. Can you imagine if parents let them watch TV 1 hour before bed? How much information? They're just like, their brains are sponges. They're like you and me. We're like dying inside and up there, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing but empty real estate up there. And they're populating it with like the craziest stuff that's being, again, passively being pumped in there. You know?
Passively pumped. Yeah, no. I wonder, man. Well, you're a pretty engaged parent. Like I said, like I was telling Matt earlier, my parents were quite disengaged. So like I didn't have to like, I never learned that.
What'd you watch as a kid?
Everything, fucking everything. Like shit I wasn't supposed to. Fucking, you know, putting in my dad's like Terminator and like my dad's fucking like seeing tits. Bringing porno to school at age 8. You know, getting in trouble for that.
That explains a lot.
You know, my parents were fucking hands the fuck off, dude. So you know, you get a lunatic. You know what I became? I was the bad kid. You know, like people shield their kids from stuff, and then somebody says like, hey, you can't shield your kids from the bad kids who were raised wrong at school because they're gonna you know, whatever you're doing at home, once you send them out into the world, their minds are gonna get poisoned by the assholes who. That was me. I was a kid who's like, oh, 3rd grade? Yeah, hey, check out this pussy, dude. You ever see pussy? No, you haven't? Your parents have kept you away from porno? Well, you have now. Look at this. Look at that bush. And then it's like, yeah, no, I was the dickhead kid that like, I was an actively negative influence on other children. I remember it. Actually, I got in so much trouble at one school. I actually had to switch elementary schools midway through 3rd grade. I actually had to swap because I basically got kicked out of the other school. Just to kind of give you a heads up at how nuts young me was, and in no small part also, I mean, listen, I'm a lunatic, and I think that was hard baked in, but my parents' parenting they did their best, but their best was a little lazy between you and me.
How do you mean?
Well, lots of love, lots of affection. I think relatively hands off on the, you know, like you said, like, oh, you know, I'm going to train my son that, you know, when you work towards this goal, you get a reward. My parents were just kind of like, stop annoying me. Just turn on the fucking TV and fuck off. You know, go occupy your time. So, you know.
That's not, I mean, to your point, it's not necessarily 100% admirable, but keep in mind the content that was being pumped into your head as a kid, as fucked up as you may be, if you were that same kid today.
Oh, so much worse.
Because like, especially because they didn't quite, it was sort of a shotgun blast what they were doing. You dealt with how many channels? 4? 3?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah, it was also the, you know, it was the 80s too.
Exactly. So you had only X amount of access to those kinds of things, right? Yeah, sure. In the off chance you're gonna get a Terminator, you're gonna get like a, you know, a porno video or whatever. But still, it's limited, or it's not as prevalent as it is today. My kid on that iPad, if he were to choose to learn it, could probably hit YouTube and be like, I'm online.
Of course. Well, I mean,
right? So it's the content that's being pumped into you now that you have to be so much more like, again, you have to like guard against, you know?
Well, we had a conversation. I don't think there's
ever a time when I just clicked a show on kids YouTube. By the way, there's that YouTube app, right? YouTube Kids. There's never a time when I just say, he'll point at something and he's like, oh, I like that truck. I'll actually spend the first 5 minutes, maybe as many as 10, but the first 5 minutes of like his 15-minute reward to be like, is this worth watching? And if I get a hinky feeling in like 20 seconds, I'm like, we're not watching this, Cal. You know, like, you're going to watch something else. Pick something. And he goes like, and when I know he's stalling. So when he goes, and starts thinking about what to watch, I'm like, you pick one or I pick one. Which one? And he'll immediately pick one because he doesn't want to lose out on 15 minutes, you know?
Right. Yeah, see, but like that, yeah, that's a very specific engaged level of parenting that wasn't exactly all that present in my particular upbringing. My hands off, like I said, late 80s, early 90s upbringing. But you know, I think that same level of hands off, semi neglectful, because not fully neglectful, but but just a little lazy, like me. Just a little lazy.
The right amount of lazy. One could
that I think that kind of like it'll build up over time because of the ubiquity of the internet and the unfettered access that you can have if unwatched. And those fuckers are clever. I remember Megan Fazaria telling us that when she was young, way too young than she should have been. Her parents had her whole house's internet was locked down. Parental controls on every device. Parental controls on like all the phones, all the smartphones, all the various devices. But they forgot one device because they didn't see it coming, and it was like her Nintendo DS Lite, you know. It was like her fucking 3DS.
Oh, that's right. Those things had web browsers in them.
Those 3DSs had little miniature fucking web browsers on them. And you know what? Their parents didn't see it. Their parents thought, like, oh, this is just a fucking modern Game Boy. It wasn't exactly that. So she was able to see, like, porno and stuff. Like, she went to, like, it was the only thing. It was the one thing that was able to, like, break through the firewall. The web ice, you know, that her parents had set up. So, yeah, so she, even a kid who was quite protected, you know, was able to slip through at some point. Anyway,
I mean, I don't know if there's, because here's the thing, right? I don't think you can 100% keep them away, because then you got that kid like you who's going to show it to him at school.
Yeah, no. I feel like I definitely would have been able to sneak some kind of smart device into school, loaded with
Well, nowadays everybody has one, so it's even. Yeah. I mean, for these kids, it's just like they can maybe lock the software, but if you're a bright kid, you can figure those ways around it pretty simply.
Right, and the other thing is, if it's not the bad kid, then it's some kid's older brother who's a dickhead, who's, you know, showing them shit they're not supposed to see.
Yeah. Hey, let's watch this horror movie. It's Halloween.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's a cartel beheading.
Nick Berg's the victim.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky, eh?
Oh, strike two, too woke.
What's up, too wokey? Oh, you just didn't. It did go off. You just didn't hear it because I shut off the desktop sound for our Overwatch. Here we go.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes!
This was somebody's old boss, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, this isn't from this is from somebody's Instagram that I downloaded.
Jesus.
This guy was having a meltdown. And the thing is, like, he's going hard. Like, here.
You a bitch. You just a bitchy bitch.
Where's the
You bitch.
Where's that guy's yelling at?
You a bitch ass nigga.
Hey.
Fuck it. God damn it. I forget which one it was, but this guy was having a whole ass rant. But he was trying to sound tough at the same time.
It's just like a dude who's completely breaking down, that's trying not to cry as he screams.
Yeah, but he was trying to talk tough, and he was being very threatening. And he's like, "Oh, here,
you should die, you bitch."
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, so he's saying stuff like that. Here we go.
I'm coming for you as well. You better get out of this town, you bitch.
Right? So he's like imagine, like, this is the guy. He
sounds like an incel.
But like, he sounds so.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
You're gonna die. You better get out of this town. I'm coming for you. Like, now he's reading lines from like what he thinks is his version of the movie Taken, right?
Yeah. He's the hero in his own mind.
Yeah, but he sounds like a whiny, lispy lesbian puppet. Is what he sounds like to me, to my ears.
Marionette.
Sorry, marionette. No, but he sounds like a effeminate cartoon character. Just like, you better get out of this town, you bitch. You'd what?
You come across those guys though. Like, there's those dudes who are small in stature, that are generally balding, and like they're the manager, and that's their entire fucking life.
You better get out of this town, you bitch. I'm coming for you.
You'll never work at Kroger again.
But apparently that guy heterosexual, if you can believe it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to get pussy to like, you know what I mean? Like you can claim heterosexual, but if you've never put the theory into practice. Man.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, oh, here's the thing. He was working at an LA. He was managing an LA club, an LA goth club. I know, right? Already, it's makes you want to.
Managing a goth.
Yeah.
What is this, the Crow?
That's the opening, the Blade. So he's managing an LA goth club, which is real. I forget the name of it. Do you remember the name of it? It was a Jordan Cox's whole thing. Anyway, there were sexual allegations. It was during the Me Too, like right during the heat of the Me Too thing. It was years ago. I know, right? It was years ago at this point. During the heart and the heat of the Me Too era. Everybody was getting called out. But apparently, like, this dude was a manager, but apparently he was a fucking sleazebag. Like, walking through the club, groping gals, trying to, like, it was a real Weinstein type. Hey, why don't you head to the manager's office? We've got some we have refreshments for you back there.
Go take a seat on my couch and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, here. Why don't you partake in some substances? So like so what happened was like people, like a bunch of ladies started like saying like, hey, you know what? I had a really like shady, seedy interaction with this guy. And then another lady's like, yeah, you know what? He pulled the same shit with us. Like, again, very, very of the time. So I think the whole club ended up getting shut down. But like this was his meltdown. He's like, you're fucking lying, you bitches, you fucking bitches, you're not gonna fucking lie about me. Like that kind.
So that was the dude that was looking at potential legal ramification.
Yeah, well, I think he pretty much lost his livelihood. But like that was the way he was reacting. Which, you know what? It doesn't bode well for his case. I'm not a trial by the mob kind of guy. I'm more of a, hey, let's wait and see what the evidence presents. Generally speaking,
I need a good lawyer or a medium range lawyer?
Yeah, but then
but that sounded like one of the type of dudes that like he does that and then he goes in his car and just breaks down.
I'm coming for you as well. You better get out of this town, you bitch. You should die,
bitch.
You bitch.
You bitch. He's got it's the same tone every bit. You bitch.
Hello, Elizabeth. Elizabeth wants me to health it up. Are you streaming right now? You are, right? You're in the middle of like your 2-month-long stream.
She's going for a fortnight.
He sounds like Jonah Hill. He does sound a little bit like Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Maybe he is Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Oof, he's got those Jonah Hill looks, but not that Jonah Hill paycheck.
Had a nap. Was having a weird afternoon mentally.
Oh,
Jonah's alter ego.
You having a bad mental day, Lizzo? Lizzle juice. All right, let's actually draw something, dude. I've literally just been I've been staring at the one thing I drew last night instead of actually drawing myself. Mind if I join while I puzzle? Not at all. Yeah, will you be on voice chat? You want us to clean it up a bit? I could curb a little bit of this stuff, I say. Tone it down. I could probably take it down by about 20%. I mean, I won't go full PewDiePie bridge talk. I heard that Markiplier. Do you know anything about Markiplier? That guy?
No.
Have you heard the name?
Not really. No. Is it a streamer?
He's just a giant YouTuber / content creator. He's like kind of like a Mr. Beast type,
Okay.
One of those dudes. Just like a, not necessarily our cup of tea, but he's
yeah. I've seen a lot of his podcast interviews where he's like, "It's ridiculous. I'm rich."
Yeah. Yeah, so he's making a boatload of cash, and he's very popular on the internet. People like his shit. He made a statement that oh, you know what, I'm gonna do an OnlyFriends account. If you guys get my podcast to the top, the number one spot of the Spotify podcast and the number one spot of Apple Music, I will make a OnlyFriends account. And that was making the waves. It was, you know, like he is very much like PewDiePie was like 10, 15 years ago, like when he was big, you know. Hang on, getting bot spammed.
Oh, the wonders of YouTube.
Wow, that's like I said, that's how you know we made it.
Is it? Because we get that in racism all the time.
Yeah, that's how you know you did it, baby.
Ooh, sweet. I love to be successful and not being paid for it and getting swears cursed at me.
Getting racial slurs hurled at you.
One letter at a time.
What was I saying? Oh, so Markiplier, he's doing that kind of this funny, silly gimmick thing, yada yada yada. People are getting involved. He says something about PewDiePie, and like he says something nice about PewDiePie, or he like semi-endorses PewDiePie. And apparently Twitter loses its goddamn mind, and they start bringing up this is like, and by the way, this is recently. This is like within like the last like day or so. Apparently, people still are bringing up the PewDiePie bridge thing. By the bridge thing, I mean he dropped an N-bomb once. He let it loose while playing a game. He dropped a Call of Duty word while he was playing PUBG.
Yeah, old school Call of Duty terminology.
Old school Call of Duty term, as we all know. Anybody who spent any time on Xbox Live in the early 2000s, you got called that, regardless of race, regardless of gender. You got called that word. Probably more
mainly
times than you count.
12-year-old white boys.
Yeah. Yeah. So he dropped the gamer word in PUBG, and I think, you know, he said his apologies and got in trouble and lost sponsorship and yada yada yada. This is like 5-6 years ago at this point. Apparently the lunatics on Twitter still holding on to that, and it made me think
that's because he's still got a pretty big audience.
He does he's hanging in there, which made me think, Matt, how long, dude? It's kind of like the Mel Gibson thing. How long?
If you said it?
I mean, well, if I said it, I'm never working in this town again. I better get out of this town. You
so
bitch.
Much for being a townie. You're going to Rhode Island.
It's the only place I could fly.
Like, what's the acceptable, like, forgivability time frame?
Yeah, chat. Chat. I'm curious about what you think as well. What's the?
Are we talking like for celebrities, or like, is this like you got a buddy who comes over and he just lets it rip one day?
I feel like if it's your buddy, I feel like buddy time is like, I guess it depends, right? How many black people are there?
Well, it's also one of those things where if you're in a group of guys and something goes on that the other guy doesn't agree with, one of them will say something.
Sure.
Like, guys don't let that shit, like, just, there is no marinating for something with dudes. It's like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, immediately.
Right. Not very passive aggressive generally. No, I feel like if it's your guy friend and you know exactly who they are, and they just, you know, it's a slip of the tongue and they fucked up and they know they said something wrong.
For celebrities?
For public figures.
Like, I don't think I'm someone that should, I don't think anybody should be able to judge that, right? Like, you could say, like, I'm done with that dude because he said a word, and that's your prerogative. But, like, celebrities are human. It is what it is. Do I agree with Michael Richards shouting it at fucking audience members? No. That was a mental breakdown. Christ. But, I mean, it's also like, okay, take his career away from him. What have you proven at all? Like, he's still got millions from the money he already made.
He says it even more now.
Anything. Yeah, as soon as he was canceled, he just around his house would call everybody that word.
He just sat on his porch.
With a shotgun. He turned into Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Liz is thanking you.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I didn't see you there, and I was like, fuck it. We were playing Arma. I was in a good mood because I got to murder things today.
Arma.
Arma, the newest pirate adventure.
I don't know. I fucking every time you say it, dude, it's the R. It makes me fucking happy to say it like that.
It's Vern Troyer. Arma.
Hey, Vern.
I'll tell. I want to watch VHS 99 so fucking bad.
What is
I'm
that?
actually probably going to cancel my stream tonight to watch it. It's a new horror movie.
Putting the horror in horror.
You ever watch you've never watched them? They're anthology horror movies.
No, dude,
There's
you
like
are way like. You know what, dude? If I ever have a horror question, I know exactly who I'm going to, man. You have a fucking passion for it. That honestly,
I'm deep into the horror. I make horror movies.
Like you watch like. I'll be like that list. Remember that list that guy posted that he also disagreed with? He's like, here's according to this website who measured people's blood pressure during a movie viewing.
Like bullshit list.
Yeah, they're like, these are the top 10 scariest movies according to this study. And then even the guy's like, these movies aren't that scary. Like, it's like, I don't know why this is on here. And you concurred. You're like, these are good movies, but like, I didn't know like any of those movies. I knew like 2 of those movies. And like the third one I knew is only because of you. And that was Dash Cam. And you're like,
yeah, that movie's not scary, but it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But like that is like horror is so off my radar, and not because I have anything against it, but like that's the thing. Like I listen to creepypasta all the time, which is like, scary stories. They're just not scary movies, And like by the way, there's shit that like listening to like the unsolved mysteries stuff. That stuff gets fucking dude. That stuff will make you not want to leave your fucking house, man.
Well, I think the horror genre that might fuck with you is found footage then.
Yeah.
Because found footage is designed to be the most realistic. So like Dash Cam is found footage, VHS movies are all found footage. I'd start if you have any interest, that is, in actually digging into horror movies, I would jump into the found footage genre. Creep 1 and 2 are good. Just the idea of like, for one thing, most found footage movies do not have happy endings.
No. I mean, I remember the first one I watched. The Blair Witch Project.
Yep. Camera drops.
Dude, that
you
ending.
Hear crying and death.
Yeah,
great ending. One of the greatest endings.
That ending. Woo wee. Fucking, I was in the theater, man. Fucking sent chills up my spine. I think I was way too young to be in the theater watching it. When the fuck did it come out?
That ending progressed. I think that was like 99. That ending progressed to now you have that same ending, but instead whatever the demonic entity is jumps out at the camera and then the camera drops.
Somebody dragged a fucking 12-year-old into the fucking theater to watch Blair Witch Project. Like I was.
Hey, I wish my brother liked horror movies when I was a kid, and I wish my parents would have been cooler.
I think
so. I ended up watching them on TV, and when they came to VHS, I would rent them and watch them in secret or borrow them from friends.
Yeah, I think it was my boy Benny Priolo's brother that took us to see that. Cagey's here.
There's a movie currently in small release theaters called Terrifier 2. It's a sequel to a low-budget horror movie that I love. Apparently, Terrifier 2 is 2.5 hours long and have had people leaving the theaters because they were passing out. I'm excited for
my
DVD.
friend mentioned that to me yesterday. He's like, dude, have you heard about Terrifier 2? He sent me a DM about it. He said,
I can't fucking wait till that hits whatever streaming platform
let me
it
see,
is.
I'm gonna find his DM exactly.
Yeah, throwing up in the middle of the movie. I mean, the first one, he literally split somebody in half via the genitals first.
Yeah, no, here, I'll show you the text message. He literally writes, did you see Terrifier 2? I heard it's making people pass out and or throw up in their seats. Laughing face.
Hi, KG. Hell yeah. I mean, I can't wait. I'm not going to go I don't even know where it's playing. But, I'm also not going to go watch a 2.5 hour long movie in a theater. Jen would not go with me for it. God bless her soul. She's much softer than I am and does not like gore porn.
I'd watch it, dude. I'd watch it just to see.
It's gotta be wonderfully terrible.
I want to see it because
I can't wait till it hits VOD.
I'd want to see it just for the same reason why I liked. For the same reason I like spicy foods. And I like trying hot stuff, kind of just to see my limits. I would like it more rather than watch it just as a movie. I'd be more interested in watching it as a kind of like test your metal.
Your reaction at first is probably like, oh fuck, man, and then once the thing about it is like, once you already see a crazy, horrendously gory scene in like the beginning of a movie and it sets the tempo, like there is no more real like it can get more violent, but you kind of know what you're in for. They said the same about The Exorcist, Blair Witch, etc. Is it not just PR? Well, no, it depends on the movie. Like, I mean, I gotta be honest, I watched The Exorcist not too long ago, and it's not scary at all as an adult. A lot of that movie is the mythos behind it,
right?
Because everybody says it's scary, but I also, modern horror does not scare me in any way, shape, or form. So I am not probably not a good parameter of like, this is scary or not, because to me, there's really nothing scary come out in a very long time. I watch movies at 1 a.m. fucking by myself. Sound cranked. I don't care. I have no soul. That's why Phasmophobia is boring to me, because it doesn't scare me.
Yeah, he's a real man.
Yes, real man, dead inside with much repressed anger.
Yeah. No, he buries his emotions down deep until it'll fester into a heart attack, like a real man.
Yeah, I'm a Red Foreman kind of guy.
Yeah. Is he dead in the series? The new series?
No, he's coming back in that 90s show.
Wow.
The whole premise is Eric Foreman and Donna have a daughter who spends a week, whatever she's spending the summer with them or whatever. I will say the Japanese really did have something going with the horror market. Those original late 90s, early 2000s, The Grudge, and then the original Ringu, like those movies were awesome, but like there's a lot of Korean horror out there that just, it tries, but it's not scary. Not that it's bad. Some of it's really good, but
hello, not a sussy. Yeah, no, I remember I watched Ringu, and I watched a couple of those. I really wanted to watch Train to Busan. I haven't seen that yet.
That is a damn good zombie movie. One of the few zombie movies that I actually gave a shit about the characters.
That's what I heard, and then I just it's on the list. It's on the list.
It's one of those ones where one of the, later in the movie when somebody gets attacked, you're like, oh no, not them. Like, you remember early Walking Dead when people still liked the show?
Yeah, people still like this show. The show was so
like,
good.
oh no, they killed him. They killed Dale. 3 seasons later, it's like, who the fuck is Dale?
Who?
We're dealing with like people that aren't zombies wearing zombie skin. I ain't got time with that.
Ah, the Whisperers. I like that arc. That was a clever arc. I thought.
I stopped watching way before that. So I told the wife, I'm finally ready to binge watch Walking Dead now that it's over. Because I think part of the problem with some of these shows was the weekly. I guess I'm a Walking Dead diehard. I never stopped watching it. But to your point, I watch it with my headphones on, turned all the way up, and I draw to it. And I'm completely unfazed by any of the... What might get me is like the cheap trick, which is I am drawing net. Where it's like quiet, loud, like that's gonna get you because you're a fucking human being, which, by the way, like if that's the scariest parts of your movie, just you tricking the human like reactionary system, fuck you. That's not. Well, I do like those scenes in the movies that don't give you it, where it's like it's the usual silence, and like, okay, it's coming. And they never give it to you, so you're just on that plateau of edge. You're edging the whole time.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to the edge. You two on the edge? My name's
Blade Runner guy. Sounds like a drug. You guys have experienced the edge? No. I love horror. My favorite is probably found footage, to be honest with you. I mean, the two I've made are technically found footage. I will be premiering the new one tomorrow on the episode.
And you're uploading this so you're gonna upload it to YouTube and make it as a premiere so everybody can watch at the same time?
No, we're doing an episode of the podcast tomorrow. I'm gonna show it on the podcast, then release it on YouTube right after.
How are you on copyright claims?
0 on this one.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, I believe me, I made 2 different intros with licensed music, and then I was like, I can't use these. So I found a song that worked better.
I fucking hate this pose. I'm deleting this. Get the fuck out of
The whole thing. She's I mean, she's giving the old gangster hold to the gun though, right by the stomach. She knows not to extend it.
It's fucking, it's lame.
That's a very cyberpunk type pose.
Yeah, no, it was going to be cyberpunk. I was gonna give her like aesthetic, fucking, but like bland. I need something more dynamic. I need something with a little bit more oomph. I feel like, yeah, no, the only way I think as an illustrator is I gotta, what I need to get the viewers here. Look at the last few things I drew. Fun poses, provocative image, either through, well, lately I've been doing less fan art, more risque lady, which my best posts, but the things I like drawing, I enjoy drawing are the risque female poses. That usually gets lots of attention, but it works well because it's one of my favorite things to draw. Emotionally evocative imagery, so like this lady, and you know, it's a kind of a marriage of best of both worlds, where you get a lady portraying an emotion and she happens to look easy on the eyes, which is fun. Another one that did really well was this Mob Psycho piece, and I think it's because it's not just well, first off, him. This is checking a lot of boxes. He's got a crazy expression on his face. He's in a crazy pose. He's either falling or flying. So his pose is interesting, it's dynamic. His expression is interesting and dynamic, and as well as his background, it's the perspective I put him in. It's all very, I think, titillating, engaging, something eye-grabbing. This one did some numbers as well, and I think what makes this one nice is that actually this person seems like a character from a video game, a movie, you know, like a Borderlands, Mad Maxian, cyberpunk, you know, fucking edge runner type like character. This seems like almost somebody you've seen elsewhere before. So this one actually did pretty good too. And also the thing that throws you off is the cup, right? It's like I wanna so like just drawing a gal just kind of standing there. It's the hair. You like the hair on this one? Is this what it does for you? Well, the hair is a very anime.
The day 18 one.
The day 18 one is the vampire one.
This is another one where, like, if you were gonna color it, I would just do the cup, much like the bubble on the other one.
Just the red, right?
Yeah, this one is pretty awesome. The shading with the hair and the juxtaposition of light to dark.
Yeah, so this is a fun one. This is engaging for, I guess, more of the horror element. Also, I rendered it a lot more than I normally do, so there's lots of depth here. And I'm trying to give her the glow on her eyes, almost like animals get, like dogs and cats at night, right? You see that little, they got that little reflective film in their eyes that you see in the shadows. Yep. So yeah, man, I think as an illustrator, I could lazily just draw a girl standing there looking cute, but I want to do more evocative stuff, either sexually evocative, emotionally evocative, or compelling in some way via, you know, where you ask yourself, what's the rest of the story here, right? So this like, what's her, like, you look at this and you're like, oh, what the hell? What is this? Who is this? What's their deal? Is basically what I'm trying to do. Well, look at, hey, Severina. Speaking of amazing illustrators, Severina's lover, her lover boy, extraordinary artist. He builds these beautiful, fantastic worlds that these witches live in, and it's one of those things where it's so detailed and so beautiful and so whimsical and fun. It draws you in as a viewer. You can't help but, as you're scrolling past, pause to take in all of it, which is really, like, I think like that's what you have to do to stand out amongst everyone else. Hello, Elizabeth. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I was in the middle of making a silly point.
Oh, no, you're fine. You are good.
You are live right now, Elizabeth?
I am.
Do people call you E.T.?
You know, people did call me E.T.
Any phone home jokes?
There were phone home jokes, correct?
I'll be back in a bit, guys.
Later,
Sounds
cutie. Later, cutie bear.
You know it.
you know it, baby.
Bang, bang, you're the best.
A follow, Rusty Knight. Hey, Rusty. You know what? Hey, Liz, you ever think about calling Josh the Ging? You ever think about calling him Rusty?
Why would I?
Because
Hi, Josh.
he's rust colored.
Oh, well, okay. I guess that's fair. Is it, though, rust colored? I thought it was more of like a, I don't know, orange.
Like a
That's the
tabby
same
cat?
as rust. Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the thing about gingers, right? They what's up, Rusty Knight? They come in all different shades. So some of them are like just orange. Some of them are like red, almost like Ronald McDonald. Some of them lean more brown, right? And then you have some that lean more blonde. I'm good, I'm just figuring out the thing I should draw today, and I'm debating on whether being lazy. No, I'm not going to be lazy about it. I tried being lazy about it, and then I deleted the drawing. I was doodling it. The pose was uninteresting.
Delete your art. Delete your art, as they would say on Drawfee.
What's that? What's that?
Drawfee? It's a YouTube channel that I like to watch with my husband. It's like they take random suggestions and they will do the suggestions. And it started out as like a warm up for a couple of artists, and then it turned into its own thing.
Oh, are you drawing chibi? Because that's the laziest thing you can get. Or maybe a random pose. No. I've never drawn chibi before. Oh, hello, Sirius Nova. I've never drawn chibi before. It's not my style. Necessarily. I'm not a big chibo kind of guy. No shade. If that's your jam, you know? If that's your bag, if that's what you're if you're a chibi artist. Awesome. It's just, you know, it's so damn cute.
Can't imagine you doing something so darn cute.
The cutest thing I drew is that witch I'd shown you a while back, which I don't even have on the
That one was
iPad
very
anymore.
cute.
But like, yeah, that was probably the cutesiest thing. You know what? This girl, this kind of a furry kind of drawing here. Not a furry. I guess she's got ears. She's got animal ears, so I guess that makes her a furry. Who's the person you're with? I'm with two people. My friend Matt. I'm with my friend Matt, my friend Liz, and now my friend Simsart. Who dragged you in here?
Sims is in here? Wait,
Sims,
what?
Sims, did your lover drag you in here?
The
No.
beautiful Michelle.
She was she was going to bed, and I saw that you were live, so I said, "Hey, Mike is live. I'm gonna join a bit."
I was just talking. It's so weird. I was literally just talking about you.
Yeah. No, I just joined 1 second, and I heard also. Thanks.
Oh, no. I was just saying. When you become an artist who knows enough about art, right, to relatively represent what you have in your head to what appears on the page. Yeah. So when you can, at some point, right, when you're, I don't want to say when you're done with your studies, but at some point you graduate, you kind of graduate from your own art academy, more or less, right? Here's the deal, you're never really done learning art ever. But at some point you become established enough as an artist you've got your own style, you've got a good handle on perspective, you've got a good handle on anatomy, you've got a good handle on whatever, coloring, composition, yada yada yada. I think once you reach that point, there are many other artists out there who also have reached that point. In order to set yourself above and beyond, I think it's not enough to have a really cool style. It's not enough to be really good at anatomy. I think you have to have something more. I think you need to bring something more to the table. And I think for me it's a little bit of the provocative, right? You know, I like the you know, so it's a little bit of provocative anatomy.
A little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice. Sometimes it's a little bit of fan art, like this last night, right? And here's a combination of the two. A little bit of fan art. This is Asuka from Evangelion. I aged her up though. I gave her, because she's I think she's like 14 in the story, and also like if you actually look at the art from it, they're kind of like everybody's very flat, right? Because they're so young.
I mean,
as
that's
you
a
are,
very Japanese thing
right?
to do.
But I thought I'm gonna age her up. You know, I originally I started drawing her body as it's more portrayed in the show, but it felt weird, dude. I know it's just a drawing, but it felt weird, Sims. So I had to like, I gave her more of I aged her up, man. I made her face a little older. I gave her more of an adult body. Oh, Liz, look, your friend MRD is here.
Just as a heads up, MRD, we are not in family-friendly mode at the moment, but we will be back to family-friendly mode later, I promise.
Yeah.
But if you want to just join the puzzle and just be in the puzzle, we do have room in there, and you're more than welcome.
Yeah, go
but
do the
I just
puzzle.
know that family-friendly is your jam, so I just wanted to give you a heads up. It's good to see you, though.
How long did it take you to do the shading on? Honestly, this one I struggled with. So this one took about 3 hours. About 3 hours of actual work, 1 hour of me like finding references for her costume and stuff because I'd never drawn her before. Sims, I don't know if you do this. Sims, how often do you do fan art, if ever?
I actually do every time I have free time. I mean, you know what I mean? And I don't know what to draw. I often start doodling fan art or random stuff.
Nice.
Like, you know, the other day Overwatch, you know, just...
Ooh. Did you post it? Can I see?
No, I don't post normally very much these things. Yeah.
Could you send it to me private?
Like,
Is that allowed?
doodle. Yeah, I just doodle stuff, but normally, you know, on my social, I try to stay. Oh, but I have a fan art. Wait, I have one posted.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know,
this one is good.
Your feed is very curated, which I appreciate.
It's a blessing and a
Pikachu.
curse, to be fair.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, it's a chubby.
Oh, what a little sausage link. Adorable. Sims art, you've done it again, baby. You've
Let's go.
what a cutie. Yeah, no, so I realized I'd never drawn Asuka from Evangelion before, and her costume is relatively simple in that it's completely form-fitting, so it's basically just the human body, but the details, the intricacies on it, it's relatively detailed and intricate when you look at all the different shapes and lines from the suit. Even down to these little like 2 holes on one side, 1 hole on the left side, her number 2 between her chest, just little details that, you know, anybody who's a giant fan of the show. Sims, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if this ever happened to you. Hardcore fans of shows, anime shows, or fan art stuff, comic books, whatever it might be, whatever the fandom is that you're drawing. If you fuck up, sorry to curse on your stream, Elizabeth.
I'm not ever stopping you.
If you streaming while you're cursing like a sailor?
Yeah, don't curse, Eric.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
We're okay with cursing. It's fine.
Also, hi, Liz. I mean, I didn't have the chance to say hi.
Yes, hello, everybody.
You know Liz, Sims, Liz, Sims.
Yeah.
Hello?
If you screw up, you'll hear about it, man. The fandom, they'll start screaming at you. They'll let you have it.
True.
You know, if you put something that
They are right.
Yeah, if you put something that's like on the left side of the costume, on the right side of the costume, or if you forget it, ooh wee.
Yeah.
I remember I drew a Dragon Ball. I don't know Dragon Ball thing at all.
Yeah.
But I drew it incorrectly and claimed it to be something in like the description, right? And somebody got really mad. And they said, like, I wish you would just do a little bit of research. What if I drew Wolverine wrong? And I'm like, how dare you assume for a second that I knew what Wolverine looked like, sir? But yeah, no, they're overprotective of their fandom, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gatekeeping. Also.
Are they?
Tell them. Tell them, Sims.
They do.
Tell them.
Sometimes they do. Like, wait, who was saying this? Oh yeah, I was watching. What's the name of that guy? Hassan. Right?
Hassan Minaj. No. Hassan Abi? Is that his name?
Yeah, Hassan Abi. Yes.
Yeah.
And the point is, it was talking about anime, and he said like he asked he asks like, where should I go to find a list of episodes of One Piece that, like, a list that only tells me what are the episodes of One Piece that are not filler.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like he wanted a list only. Yeah. And he said,
Did people lose their?
he started cursing at his audience because they start gatekeeping him, saying, listen, in order to watch One Piece, you need to first understand the anime. Then you need, like, they never replied to the question.
Right?
The point that he was trying to make is that they never replied to the question, like, go on this website and you find the list. They
Right.
always want to try to make a ginormous explanation, starting from the early reason why you should understand things, and like it's a little bit of a gatekeeping thing, right? Like it's never like, listen, if you want to watch One Piece, go on this website, done. No, you need to understand why One Piece existed, and then who is the creator and why it's great. You know what I mean? They want always like, either you are an expert of the anime or you're not worthy to watch the anime at all. Kind of like that's
You're
the
not wrong,
psychology.
Sims. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you either watch all of it or you watch none of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Weebs, says Scooby.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know where we were. I thought we were like on board for that. You gotta fuck that moment.
Well, I mean, honestly, sometimes part of me is like, maybe we should gatekeep a little bit more, Sims. Maybe we should. Maybe there's something to keeping people out.
What's your criteria, Mike? What do they need to not know and know before you're like, get out of here?
I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing.
In the case of The Boys, would you say, hey, before you can watch The Boys TV show, you have to go?
I couldn't do
read the
that at all.
comics.
I've never read the comic books, and apparently it deviates a good amount from the comic books for the better, according to some. Let's see. Liz is. Oh, somebody's asking Liz's chat if they can come play. I'm very rusty, by the way. Rusty looking, says Josh the Ginge. Rusty Knight says Sims art has a very cartoony style. Rusty Knight says.
Do you think that, Sims? I think you have a very cartoony style.
I think it's more anime, if anything, very anime. But for sure, I like Disney stuff. I guess, like, so I try at least to give that Disney Pixar type of a little bit.
Is that who did you say?
Because like anime are very, because anime are super standard in terms of expression. Like how do you say? They have like the stereotypes of every single expression, not very human. It's more like a manga thing or anime thing.
Yes.
Where
Brace yourself,
I feel like
the fucking weebs are gonna be in here in a second because Sims is just throwing shade at all the fucking. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Well, here.
Sink this ship. Go ahead.
No, but I mean, I like it. But Disney has like, you know, they it's way more complex the way they depict expressions. That there is more complexity, also different styles even within Disney. It's less standard, and so I'd like to mix the two things together a little bit. Like,
so Sims is so you're thinking like, oh, what if my style was the animators who animated Winnie the Pooh started fucking the mangakas that did One Piece?
Liz,
sorry Liz. Sorry, Liz's chat.
Oh my gosh, I literally put family friendly setting off. You're fine.
Okay, then.
I know, but it's funny if I keep apologizing for saying, you know.
It's hilarious.
It's funnier if he apologizes for saying.
Yeah, fucking and sucking.
Sorry, but fuck. Sorry, but bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry,
listen,
but fine.
sorry, but anyway, who knows about bukkake? Raise your hand. So Sims.
Squirt on your screens.
Oh yeah, wait. So Eric, you said, "Hey, watch out, the weebs are coming." I'm gonna tell you. Hey, is that Alexander? Josh? I'm gonna be straight with you, bud. The weebs, it's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. What do you mean?
You know, yeah, no, Paul Revere, that fuckers came and went. They killed that motherfucker on his horse. The weebs, they're not only here, they've infiltrated all of our fandom, and they're already inside of us, dude. The call's coming from inside the house. The weebs are amongst us. We've lost the war. We lost the war. The war hasn't. You were prepping for the war.
Roll on every Saturday morning.
Yeah. No, it's like it's a Hail Hydra situation, you know. You're like, oh, hey guys, we're getting ready for this war. And you're like, I just got done watching My Hero Academia. You're like, no. Hail Hydra.
What do you call a sausage with an attitude? Asks Shadow Strider.
Sims' dick. Sausage.
Sausage.
Italian sausage.
All
Oh,
right,
a bratwurst. Oh my god. Stop it.
Okay.
All right, enough of you.
Enough of that. But no, I'm serious, dude. Like, I think as far as like the anime and manga's influence on art, comic art even, back in like, 90s, early 2000s, you saw some influences of it kind of like petering in here and there. Now it's just, it's here. It's here. I see it everywhere.
Oh.
I'm gonna go heat up some dinner. I'm gonna force myself to eat something.
All right, do you want
Or
to
else I'm
leave?
just gonna keep feeling like poo pee pee all day.
Do you want us to babysit your children?
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you guys. If you're asking if I'm gonna leave voice on, I am.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
you're more than welcome to
let's go.
swear and
Well,
be as filthy as you would like. That's okay.
Only fair. I do it to you every time you're in voice chat, just about. So
I appreciate you. That's why I come here. That's why I come back. All right.
hello, Liz's
See you
chat.
back.
Hello, Keith.
I don't care. 20% of you are not going to survive. 20% of you are not going to make it out.
This is the same thing that the teacher, when I studied at engineering, my teacher said that the first day, 20% of you is not gonna get at the end of engineering course.
Did you make it to the
That
end?
was
Sims?
true.
Some of you are
No.
not gonna pass. Did you
I
pass
was one
them?
of them.
Yeah, I knew it. But look at you now.
Sims the
You ever go back to
engineer.
that class and be like, you point at your follower account and be like, fuck you.
Yeah. Send your follower count.
How do you say it in your language? Do you say vafanculo? Do you say that?
Vaffanculo, exactly.
Yeah. Eric knows. He's been in Italy before.
I've had my
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he got thrown out of the country. Not to alarm you, but I think the proportions around the calf are a bit off.
No, she works out. Leg days are hurt.
The proportions around the calf are a bit off. Which calf? Maybe it's just me, though. Let's see. Okay.
I like that.
Let's see.
Somebody was like,
Let's
"Not
ask.
to alarm you."
Let's ask. Let's
Yeah,
ask
that's right. That's
Simzart.
Siri.
Wait, what? I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know. Like, I think it's.
You're not helpful, Sims.
I wing it every time too. I make a billion of mistakes. At the end of the day, I don't know. I don't care. Like,
Again, here it is.
Kennedy, anything from you?
I'm not even looking at your stream.
Nah.
I don't care.
Don't sweat it. Don't waste your time, bud.
Here, hold on. I'll be right there.
to me seems fine.
Here we go. Drawing.
Really though.
Here you are. Where? The calf looks okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Calf looks fine. Calf looks fine. Calf looks okay. So Rusty,
Depending.
both Eric and Simzart, professional illustrators. I think they've got maybe like, who knows, 500,000 Instagram followers between the two of them. So I guess Rusty, you know what that means, bud? It means you suck, dude. It means
No,
you fucking.
No, not true. Not true. But
It means, dude, your anatomy is shit, and you're just not good. You're just not good at illustration. Like you might have thought you were good at. You might have thought you were good at anatomy,
oh no.
but I hate to break it to you, buddy. You're just not that good, man.
Nope. Hey, no, hey.
I don't. I don't.
Okay, I feel like this is an
Lord.
appropriate time for me to
not
use this. Hold on here.
Not aligned, dude.
I don't endorse this.
I'm fucking around.
Did you just spend the past minute and a half telling some random guy that he sucks?
Yeah, listen.
I'm
Listen.
listening, Mike. I was here. I was just
Well, listen.
go ahead.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
listen. I'm
my
just busting balls,
God.
baby. Listen.
Was this somebody from Liz's chat that you said?
No, this is a
they
person
suck?
just. This is a person just coming by and saying hi.
Okay, well that doesn't make it any better. just some random guy.
No, I just verbally harassed
you
a random.
cited me and Sims like, hey, listen, between the two of these dillweeds, they got more followers than you.
Yeah, but even that's silly, right? Because what the hell is an artist's worth? As we say all the time, an artist's worth is not.
Is exactly their social media.
Yes, that I'm going to do a 180. An artist's worth. Yeah. I disagree with myself. Now I'm going to agree with myself. An artist's worth is 100% based on how many followers you have.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Sims, would you agree? Sims?
I told 100%. Absolutely.
Knew it. You garbage human. I knew you would say that.
Well, nerd and Liz, same time. No. Listen, I only just this last week broke 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Hey.
So
let's go, man.
So I am not.
Did you say, is that all? You're a jerk.
Yeah, dude. So by my own logic, then I'm shit. I'm crap. How many Instagram followers do you have to have in order? I followed you for the funny stories. Thanks, baby. Thanks, Joshy. How many Instagram followers do you have to have in order for you to be a good artist? Sims? How many?
Sims. What's the
enough?
What's the...
Oh, that's easy. I have the perfect answer. Enough that you make money out of them.
There it is. Oh. If you're not making money off your Instagram,
5. It could be literally 5 if you're good. Like you literally need 1,000 and make money. And there's people with probably millions and they don't make any money. I feel like, I don't know how, but I mean, there's people that is very good at monetizing and making a living out of it, and other people that are not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It
doesn't really matter the number.
Have you monetized all of your 1 million followers?
Absolutely, I'm the worst doing any business, like in my life.
I'm pretty bad too. Even when I had 20,000, I was not good at getting them to do anything.
What would you do with 20,000 people? Did you just like offend them to the point where they all started leaving? There's only
you know what? They came to say hi and I started insulting them immediately about their art skills.
Immediately went into the ill.
No, I think it takes a certain kind of artist who's like really on the ball. It's marketing, right? You have to be good at the marketing aspect of yourself and your art. So it's not yet like you post the art and that's step 1, right? Like fuck learning how to do art.
It's corn. It's corn. It's a big
how dare you try to resurrect that dead meme in here?
You're welcome. All right, I have
a necromancer,
anyways,
dude. A necro memester here.
Get the fuck out of here with your necro memester.
God, now I've got the corn song stuck in my head. Thank you, Elizabeth.
God damn it.
God damn it, dude. I watched the fat squirrel eating corn the other day in a meme video that I posted. Anyway, all that aside, step one is make the art. Which, by the way, people spend their whole lives learning how to do step 1, and they only get good at that. Step 2 is like fucking like figure out how to market it, how to hype it, how to build an audience, how to create what they call the funnel system, which is you use the various social media platforms to funnel them into the areas in which you can actually make money. Your Skillshare videos, Gumroad brushes, your Gumroad tutorials, your YouTube, Patreon, Twitch subscribers, yada 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 yada, and the list goes on and on and on. You know, finding, seeking out sponsorship deals, seeking out affiliate marketing, hunting these guys down. Like you being your own essentially talent agent. That's a completely different skill set. How many artists do I know that don't have that at all? Because it's not something that we don't learn. Like we spend. You know, you spend fucking however many years of your life toiling away at your desk, learning how to do the fundamentals as best you can. And then if you don't have the marketing aspect of it, especially built around social media, you're completely fucked, man. You'll Van Gogh it, dude. You'll toil in obscurity in the bowels of the internet, just completely forgotten. It is no longer, unless you have that marketing edge and wherewithal. There's a high probability that even if your art is fucking awesome, you can toil away in obscurity. for the rest of your days.
Yeah, I want to just say that, of course, depends if you want to be a freelance or if you want to be like you work in an industry as an artist.
Yeah.
Like if you want to work for the industry, I mean, I guess Eric knows way better than everyone here.
Get a portfolio together.
Eric know better?
Well, you know, you've broken into industries before.
Okay.
I'm sure you know the ropes.
But yeah, like even there, of course, you need a huge amount of like a great skill set in terms of networking, I guess. Like, you know, you still need to be able to network, and so being socially kind of good at getting contacts and moving around, because like still need that on social media. Instead, if you want to be freelance, you need to be good at business, basically, like literally business, like.
Oh, Sims art. I followed you for the funny stories. The worst part about this is I could probably make a better piece than you. How dare you? Prove it.
I don't know if that's the worst part.
Sims.
How dare you be accurate and true.
Is your end goal to be working for yourself in that regard?
I mean, yeah. Like I always wanted to most likely just, you know, be able to make projects by myself and you know, like just having an audience that eventually purchase whatever I do, or like a poster, be able to basically, you know, what I do right now pretty much, I'm already pretty happy with this. The point is that you want to solidify, like, you know, make it stable, more stable, right? Like and on the long run work easier.
Is it unstable, Sims? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if I stop, yeah, pretty much I have to continue. If I stop in a couple months, you have half of the income you have for sure. Like, because like Patreon, for example, every month you have people that enters, but also people that get out. So if you don't work, every month you lose more than probably when you gain. So for example, it's not a sustainable thing on the long run if you don't work anymore. On Redbubble, if you don't advertise, nobody at some point nobody clicks on Redbubble, because Redbubble, inside the Redbubble website, for example, it's not that you pop out automatically. So you still need a website that is active, where people click on a link and go on your page and they buy posters, for example, or shirt or whatever. And same pretty much with every income, like coffee. If you don't post, people don't donate. On Twitch, if you don't go on Twitch, people don't subscribe. It's everything is basically based on the fact that I continue working. If I stop, it goes down. The only thing that keeps you afloat, in my opinion, I mean, for me, in my case, I feel like, of course, if you grow on social media, you have more and more chance to, you know, slow things down and still be afloat, versus at the beginning, if you basically leave for a couple of days, you're already done. And you know, you lose those like it's harder to get back on track if you have very few followers. The more followers, it becomes a little bit easier because you already have a bit more push, you know, to if you need to advertise something or to start a new project, you have already a small audience. So that's why pretty much I try to grow on social media, so eventually I can I can slow down a bit, basically, and don't worry that instantly things goes like skyrocket, like downward, right?
Sims, do you feel like Mike? Well, I want to ask Sims if do you feel like you are on a hamster wheel?
What did the Buddhist
No.
say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. Thank you, Graybeard. Sorry, continue.
I see.
I appreciate you, Graybeard.
Here you go. Let's see.
Also, very well done on the puzzle. I'm getting another.
Answer the question, Sims.
No, I was saying no. I think that it's right now. I'm kind of lucky enough that things are going forward, not like on a hamster wheel. But again, like, I still feel like it's like saying, I think the bottom line is like, I can't retire, right? And do completely unhinged things that I don't, like, completely disconnected from reality. If I do that, I'll get no money in like 6 months, like zero. Like you get poor in 6 months. So my goal is
Is it because you have a hardcore cocaine habit?
no. It's because like I I basically live with what I get, or community wise, and some sponsorship. The goal is to get that small extra that allows me to be able to, for example, if I want to take 6 months or a year to work on a project, I can do without having to be like, oh my god, I need to work on Patreon, or next month I'm fucked and I cannot pay rent. So yeah.
Is it because you have an outrageous budget for prostitutes?
Exactly.
Him and Severina, apparently.
Wow.
I'm just trying to figure out why your lifestyle is so expensive.
He likes the fancy things in life.
He does. How many diamonds are in your ear right now? You disgusting.
In my teeth.
He
I
looks,
have a golden.
He looks like Riff Raff, the SoundCloud rapper.
Why do you live such a high quality life, Sims?
Listen, you'll be surprised. I live in like a rent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's
That's not true. I'm looking at your house right now.
Huh?
Hey, Lucrezia.
Chanel.
Way too woke. Sims art. Sims is struggles, baby. Sims is struggles.
I'm not struggling. It's just that, like, doing this job, like, it's less passive income than people think. In my opinion, like, many people has this idea that it's super. Once you get.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Need that. All right, listen. Sims, can we talk about that really quick? Why are you not thinking of ways in order to make passive income?
I do. The point is that passive income, like what people think is passive income, in my opinion, is less passive than what it looks like. Patreon is considered passive income. It's not passive.
No, that's bullshit. That's not passive at all. Think of another one.
Yeah. YouTube, passive income from the videos, but it's not passive because after a while, your video goes down in terms of views.
So YouTube
That's not real income.
Yeah, YouTube needs for you to. YouTube punishes those that don't post. You don't post, YouTube doesn't show.
Yeah, so I think passive income could be prints, but also prints. You need to bring people there, like so. For a while, maybe it's passive. You don't do a lot, but still you need to advertise the prints. Otherwise, nobody buys them anymore. So I really don't know if there is a passive income. Like real passive means that you do literally jack shit. Probably just royalties from a book. Like that you publish a book and for some reason someone else takes care of selling that fucking book and you get money random for years after the book. That's probably the only way to make real passive income.
That's one way for sure.
That I can come up with. Like, assuming that the book sells for years and people buy it, which is rare. Unless you wrote The Lord of the Rings or you made a Watchmen.
Unless you were on Seinfeld, Sims. Josh says, sell feed pics.
There you go.
That's still doing well. Our feed pics still a thing.
I can't say.
Speaking of feet pics,
Nope.
hi James.
Here we go.
James Hansen.
Thanks for the raid.
Liz, does this guy sell his feet online?
No. He's
No.
another amazing artist. What the heck are you
Not
talking
that
about?
Does this
Well, not
guy
that you
sell
know.
his feet online? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
It's a weird way to describe that.
Whose feet are these? Whose feet are these? Guys, if you are not following Jay Hansen Art, you should be. Do it, do it, do it. Jay Handsome Art. How's it going? Thank you so much. Wait, what? Don't worry about it. How's it going? Hello, Martian.
Hello,
Original
Raiders.
lady. Siege, hello, hello. Good to see you. Hi, Blue.
Imagine Michael presenting like when someone raids saying
Speech.
things like speaking like this. Like, I cannot even imagine you, dude.
With being nice to people on stream.
Oh,
Being
nice?
welcoming,
Instead of-
yeah, being welcoming and
Oh.
warm.
Well, welcoming and Lord. Well,
Yeah.
we saw what happened. A guy came on my stream and I immediately started insulting him and his art capabilities.
Bang, bang, you're the best.
Oh, I got to follow. Hello.
Was it- he was. You got to
I
follow
literally
by
just got
accident.
choked on my dinner.
The guy comes
of
in
course, yes,
and gives
have a
you a
delicious dinner.
suggestion.
Thank you so much
He
for
comes in and gives
bringing
you a
your friends over here.
suggestion for like how to do your anatomy. Just a tiny bit. Hey man, don't want to alarm you. It was even said it in a nice way. Don't mean to alarm you, but that cap looks a little different.
Looks a
You
little
asked
off.
Sims, you asked me, and you like weaponize the both
Yeah.
of us to tell that guy that he fucking sucks, you know?
Yeah. And nobody saw it coming but me.
You're
I
a
was sneaking up
garbage
behind you guys with a
person.
sledgehammer. And I was turning you two into a battering ram.
My email
That's
did
healthy. That's nice.
Yeah, that'll keep him coming back, Michael. Well
Yeah.
done.
How to make friends the DiNicola way.
Thank you for the follow, original. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, Liz, say nice
Look
things to
how
these
ni-
raiders.
Look how nice Liz is.
Yeah.
This is a sweetheart.
Yeah, listen to her.
Sims, how do you behave during raids? Tell me.
Look,
Do it.
I
How
think
do you
thanks.
behave?
Human
Yeah,
being.
do it for me right now.
Why do you make it sound so weird?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Why
I
did you
just say
phrase it like
thanks.
that?
I say thanks, and I say usually when people rates me, I let them share what they were doing on stream because normally they are fellow artists. So like I just say, hey, share whatever you were doing on your stream. So it's a way to also introduce them to my community.
Now,
Something
is
like
that, yeah. Does that work, Sims? Is it?
Actually does, yeah. I made a
Puzzle
lot of
piece.
peers here
Memetrix,
on Twitch. I
hi.
mean.
Memetrix is one of yours, Elizabeth? Why are we questioning
I
Sims so
believe
much?
I came in with a raid.
We're questioning Sims
Listen to the way
because
Liz says like hello. It seems so warm and inviting. It
No,
feels
you.
like she wants people to be here.
I lost a puzzle piece.
See, look at that. Even that in the midst of confusion.
Sadness and I don't know. How
Mike,
to
on the
explain
other hand,
yes.
tragedy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a blueberry. Excuse me, Luna.
Oh, Elizabeth, did you eat?
I'm eating.
You're not
I
here
know.
for the orgy?
Oh, a raid for me from Pietro. Pietro Zambonini. Sims, did I say that? Did I say that name right?
What? Pietro?
Say-
Bang,
What?
bang, you're
Where?
the
Where do I
best.
read the name? Oh, Pietro Zambonini. Oh, it's Italian, I guess.
It's Italian, not
Sounds
Not
Italian
he.
at least.
not a he. It. Hello,
Wow.
Shriff. Hi. Ho hi. Ho hi yourself, friend. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Mamma mia, says 2 Hey,
no, don't
Sims,
do that.
Sims, do you get sick of the fucking Italian shit? Does anybody like someone's like, oh, Mamma mia, spicy meatball. Oh, Mario, do you ever like, shut the fuck up?
I've-
You
Oh,
know?
Mario.
Yeah. Do you ever just say to Sims like, hey, you fucking, hey, you make another fucking Italian stereotype joke, I'm gonna slap the
Would
fucking
you
shit
get
out of you.
upset if I broke spaghetti in front of you?
Pietro says,
Answer the
hi.
I
question.
would broke him.
Oh my god, this is racist.
It is racist, but answer the question anyway.
Yeah. Sims is laughing.
Why are you
So I think
laughing?
Sims is laughing so much because it's true. Sims is such a sweetheart. Sims is such a
sees red,
sweetheart.
like so hard. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going the other way.
He would never. He would never. I would though. I would. Sims wouldn't.
You would.
This is why Sims and I
You
get
would what?
along.
You're not even fucking Italian.
I know, but that's I get upset. I get so upset. I get upset on his behalf for him. So this is why Sims needs me around, so I could yell at people, and then he could be the good guy. He could be. He'd be like, I don't know why he's yelling at you. I'm fine with you making the Italian stereotype jokes. He doesn't like it though, so you better stop.
Dude. No, but seriously though, it's a classic. It's also 99% of the things. It's not even Italian stuff. Like it's Americans that thinks that's Italian, which is
Okay, what's okay?
You know,
As an
they're-
American, what is the worst thing I could say to you as an Italian?
that Alfredo pasta is Italian.
That's not a real Alfredo pasta. Is not Italian.
It's not Italian, and yet, like people is like, oh yeah, I made an Italian dish yesterday, Alfredo, whatever, and I was like, okay,
Who
stop,
said that?
though.
Somebody.
Lots
that
of
you know
people.
would talk with.
Yeah, it's one of those classics thing. That's for sure.
Did you know that there's a couple of Italian restaurants in the back of the Duomo where they actually serve that because the Americans asked for it so much they just ended up putting it on their menu?
Wow,
Yeah, it sounds Italian. Sounds an Italian move.
gotta make some money. You gotta make some money off these tourists.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, I think another thing is it's been like the Mario thing.
Yeah.
With the Chris Pratt, like that's like weird, man.
It's almost offensive.
It's just
Is it
fucking
offensive?
call a guy that has an Italian accent at this
Yeah.
point. Like, isn't better? Like, it sounds more fair to me. Like, clearly Mario has an Italian accent. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why
Yeah.
did you just call an Italian American guy that has an accent like me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just,
Is he doing a bad
like an
Italian
actor.
accent?
wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Is Chris Pratt doing a bad Italian accent?
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
not doing an accent at all.
I was gonna say I didn't hear that he was doing an accent at all.
well, that's,
He's just
well,
talking like
he
Chris Pratt.
doesn't. He doesn't for the most
To
of
me
it.
sounds like Chris Pratt. I don't know if for you guys he's making an accent, but since I cannot understand the nuance of accents,
He's doing Chris
You
You
Pratt.
don't
Just
understand the
like,
nuance. You can't tell the
alright.
difference between the way you're talking and the way I'm talking.
No.
I can hear that. I can hear
Uh-huh.
that. But I cannot hear, for example, the difference between you and Michael. Like, if you guys, I don't know, if you're from the south or he's from the north, for example. I don't know. I
Definitely,
have no
Mike
idea.
is from the south. Mike is definitely.
I'm a
from
Southern
the south.
gentleman, as we all know.
No,
I'm just a
that's probably not
simple
true, but he's
Southern
definitely-
belle.
I was trying to get Nikki to
I
join
really
us. Has
don't know
anybody
that.
heard from her tonight?
No, I don't know what she's been up to. She said hi when I first started streaming. Oh, Pietro says, I was working on some traditional illustration inspired from Salgado. A compliment for your work. Oh, thank you, Pietro. Pietro, if you want to drop, I'm going to pull a page out of Sims book. Pietro, if you'd like to drop some of your art in the channel, I'd love to take a peek, and I'm sure everyone else would be curious as to what you've been up to as well. Sims, do you do it like that, bud?
Bang, bang, you're
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
best.
Pretty much that's what I do. I don't know. I think it's
That was
cool.
adorable.
At least I think it's nice.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you for the...
That's the most disingenuous Liz has ever sounded.
Yeah.
Liz likes it when I'm a
I
dickhead.
know. I mean,
She encourages it. Privately, you guys don't know it,
She's
but I
into
get
it.
messages. She's like, be
It's her
worse.
kink.
Yeah,
Use
What-
me more, Michael.
yeah. When I'm, yeah, she's like, be even filthier. Make fun of
rude
people
to me.
more.
Come here, boy.
Cabanera isn't Italian either, right? Says Shadow Strider. Is that what is Cabanera? What is that, Sims? Is that an American thing?
wait, where is it? Where is it written? Carbonara? Where is it? Where is it written? And
Oh, it's in my chat. Sorry, not in my post.
yeah, it's a dish. It's made with
It's a dish.
It's a dish.
yeah. It's with
Is it
the
a big
eggs.
lump with knobs?
They're eggs. Pecorino cheese.
Does it have
Ooh.
juice?
It's like yeah, it's a type of cheese. and then there is like a bacon
Hey, Story.
dice of bacon, and pepper, and spaghetti, or whatever other pasta you use.
Oh, Keith wants me to sit up straight. You got it, Keith. Hey, Sims, do they sell Zeppelis where you're at?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
God, they don't really sell, like, they're like a, like, there's a San Gennaro festival in Little Italy, and like that's when the best time to get them in around here is.
I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
A guy that was walking in New York at San Gennaro festival. That is, by the way, a local thing here where I live, like in my city. It's the patron of Naples.
Yeah. No, well, dude, your neck of the woods, all the Italians here, by blood, all the Italian Americans here.
Sims?
Sims is in Naples.
Yeah.
But like the Sims region of Italy, that's where the vast majority of Italian Americans, that's where their lineage hails from. So all you know,
or Sicily,
all the Tucci's and the Tropianos and the, you know, you name it, they're all from that area there.
Yeah, when I hear like Goodfellas people in the movie, these guys sound like people from, like, you know, like here, like the way they, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain. Like,
What is the distinction between where you're from and the rest of Italy? What are the speech patterns, Sims?
for example, North Italy has a different accent in terms of the way they pronounce E. That, for example, is like fuck. It's complicated. It's complicated to make an example, but basically they pronounce words differently. We use a lot of T, N, like more consonant. So, for example, I don't know, like if we have to say, what did you say, right? If you want to say, what did you say? In South Italy, you say, "Gerit," and now North Italy, the dialect would be like, "Cosa hai detto?" or something like that.
Whoa.
So like it's less. Here it's there's a lot of T's. You know what I mean? Like it's a "Ma che cazzerit." You know what I mean? Like it sounds like there is a lot. It's very short letter words. Like we cut old words and very short. They become very short and with a lot of, you know what I mean? Very, very fast. It's a bit more aggressive, I believe, like dialect. Yeah, I think that's for sure a huge, very recognizable dialect.
Zamponini says, I'm from North Italy. Friuli, I'm sure I'm butchering that. Majority of immigration in America came from the southern region of Italy. That's true. That's why all the Italians here look like, you know, they got that big schnoz. They've got the slightly darker skin.
Yeah,
they got
the monsters.
They're a little
the
hairier.
Monsters, the black monsters.
But that's here. Like, yeah, whenever I see like a northern, like fair skin Italian, you know, like a light skin, light eyed, I spit at them, Sims. I say, you're not real Italian. I say, why don't you move to
I almost forgot we were in a Michael Street.
Yeah, why don't you move to Switzerland? No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I'm teasing.
You're not teasing.
I am
Somebody
too
here
teasing.
thinks he's teasing.
I'm not Italian. Could you imagine an American to be like, you're not super fucking northern, you're not Italian? The level of discrimination. No. I'm being a silly dickhead. Apologies. Disclaimer. That's the fifth time somebody uses the disclaimer in here.
We need a what's it called?
A timer?
Counter on that.
A counter.
I think a reason why, by the way, South Italy people went to the States probably more. It's the same reason why South Italy people went to Germany. They emigrated to Germany a lot too during the 80s. It's because it's the poorest area of Italy. So lots of people try to go away to basically find job and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Well,
Where
yeah,
I
no.
feel like North Italy average is richer,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah,
That's
no.
the stereotype.
If you're having a
It's
great
really
time
not.
and you got a good job, and everybody's happy, you're not like, you don't want to leave, you know? Why would you leave? But if if you're having a really fucking rough time and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go somewhere new with absolutely nothing in my pockets because it can't be any worse than
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, especially after Second World War,
Yeah.
South Italy was fucked.
It's
Yeah.
the way you chuckle to them that makes it extra funny, Michael.
Yeah, misery.
Misery. Yeah.
Southern
Poor
Italy is
people,
where
am
the
I
mob
right?
is also.
True.
Yeah.
That's
True.
why a lot
There's-
of yeah, absolutely. Like Coppola's movies, it's like it's clear that it's talking about probably criminals that from here or even souther. Like for example, the Godfather.
Yeah.
It's from what's the city where the Godfather is? It's Corleone, right? It's a city in Sicily. So like, and you know, it all makes sense. Like these guys from mafia or other type of criminal organization that are in South Italy a lot. They emigrated as well, and they exported, so to speak, the organization there.
Listen, we got Zeppelis and we
How are
also
you
got
laughing through
we also got organized crime, right? So like, did they bring pizza? Yes. Did they bring spaghetti? Yes.
Organized
Did
crime
they
makes
bring
Michael
mobsters?
giggle.
He's a giggler.
Listen,
for
you take
organized
the good, you take the bad, you take the rest, and
What
then
kind
you've
of
got
bedtime stories did you get read when you were a child, Michael?
oh, you know,
Just pop in front of the TV.
no. Yeah, no, I was watching television is what I was doing. So it's whatever was on the TV in the, early 90s. I've never been more south than Napoli, but I love the country, except for the madness that is traffic, says Earthbound.
True though.
Sims, you have a car over there?
Here,
He has
But
3 cars.
here-
What do you think he burns all that money on?
I have
He's got a
just
Ferrari.
one car used. But here the streets are very small. Like when,
Yeah. Little alleyways
yeah,
everywhere.
super
Little,
small.
little
and
brick.
people here though, the rich people here to flex, they buy SUVs.
Oh my god.
And I'm always like, why do you fucking buy an SUV here?
I know.
Like, what the
Dude,
fuck are you doing?
Dude, when I was in Bulgaria, like fucking 10 years ago, you could always tell who had money because everyone else was wearing, like, driving like tiny European cars, right? Because it's, the streets are small and you don't, lots of
Yeah.
gas and little space. So, like, why are you going to buy? But any, like, the mob people or like the people there had lots of just giant black American, kind of centric SUVs. They look
Yeah.
like tanks.
Yeah. They buy fucking, those giant stuff that you see in the American movies. you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, makes sense. They're
It makes
fucking
sense
on
here.
the highway.
There's lots of
whatever.
space here.
Yeah. Yeah, but here it's like literally, what are you doing, man?
Oh my god, that's funny. It's like a moving
I
those.
don't know why they do.
Yeah, no, those. Listen, I don't even have an SUV, man. Those things are fucking. The gas on that is fucking ridiculous, man. I've got a Honda Fit, dude. It's a little fucking hatchback.
Yeah, heck that.
Sorry, I forgot. Sims, come on,
What?
man. Enough with the cursing, buddy. Jeez.
Oh my god, I was just saying heck out of habit. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, bud, Take it easy.
Oh
Take it
man,
easy in the heckin'.
Liz made me do Home Alone face. She used the F word. Earthbound says I
What's
made.
Home Alone face?
It's when it's the face that Macaulay Culkin made when he was in Neverland Ranch with Michael Jackson. Earthbound says I
Nope,
made the
that's-
mistake
nope,
of
no,
driving
no, no,
into
no,
Roma. Never
No,
again.
No.
That's why there's pickpockets in Europe, but not in the USA, because the EU has small, crowded streets. The US has wide open streets. That's kind of why the US sucks in some regards.
Because their
Sims,
streets are too wide.
Sims, the American suburbia in America, there is no, like, the culture in suburbia is literally a mall strip with like Target and Walmart and if you're lucky, maybe you've got a Shake
It
Shack
depends on the suburb.
in there. I mean, I'm sure some suburbs have smaller, like, little main street areas, but the vast majority around these parts, it's just fucking strip mall. If that. Maybe if you're lucky, you've got a mall, but those are dying off. Nowhere you could forget about fucking walking, by the way. If you're in a modern American suburb. Like if you're in a cul-de-sac somewhere, you're not walking fucking anywhere, dude. And by the way, even if you wanted to, even if you wanted to, you couldn't.
What's up, folks?
Like if you walk, there are no sidewalks in places, so you're gonna get run the fuck over by a car. So you have to have a car to drive somewhere where you can walk. Anyway, Rogers.
So even some suburbs have their own bus systems, but they're just terrible.
Rogers, thank you for the 15-month sub streak, baby. Never gonna give you up, Rogers. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn you around and jerk you.
Okay. Well, there we go. There it is.
I got nothing. I got nothing left. Here, do you guys want to
streaming for, bud?
Do you guys want to sexually harass Sims Art? That's fun to do.
No.
In what capacity?
He gets very uncomfortable, and it's delightful.
It's adorable. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No. Leave. Hey, get your hand off his pants. You.
Oh.
Hey.
No, you.
Don't touch him down there.
Settle down.
Settle down. Sims, is there a McDonald's by you? Do they have Mickey D's where you're at?
Yeah. They make custom Italian burgers, by the way. I don't know if you guys have the same burgers.
What do they do there?
No, it's true. Guys, I will make photos sometime.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see.
They make like stuff for example, using local cheese, or local beef. Or,
Yeah, dude. Like I said, again, only time I left the country, so it's the only point of reference I have. But KFC, the KFC that I went to over there in Europe, they actually had real chicken, dude. Like there was like white and dark meat in there.
They had live chickens.
Dude, they had like, I mean, dude, actually it tasted like, I think it was real chicken. Like not like the fucking like freeze dried plastic chicken that we get here. It felt like the real deal, dude. I'm like, whoa. I'm like KFC with dark meat. I'm like, this isn't. Wait, what? I'm like, these aren't the fucking genetically altered chicken I'm used to consuming. This tastes like somebody actually made this.
Oh.
So.
Impressive.
Yeah. Must be those European regulations. Sims, are you a big fan of the...
American is shocked that a chicken store in Europe has chicken.
Right.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Well, if you tasted the chicken from fast food restaurants over here, you'd know exactly what I mean.
Hey, we have at least one really, really good fried chicken place that's around here, but it's like a local one.
Yeah.
Yum.
Well, I mean, yeah, that, sure. But I'm talking like KFC and Popeyes, man. That's...
Oh, heck that.
Dude, that's like...
That's not real chicken.
Yeah. I don't want to know what that is. It's probably hooves and like a beak and... whatever else.
Roadkill. Where you guys want to know where that roadkill's going?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sims, how did the DeviantArt... Oh, there goes Canetti. Sims, how did the DeviantArt... Bye, Canetti.
We love you.
How did the DeviantArt talk go? I couldn't join.
Yeah. It was fun.
What'd they do? Tell me.
It was just like chit chat about random stuff, asking us questions, about how we started and stuff like that. It was me and Zikawa, that also is a streamer and part of the collective. I mean, it's nice to do this type of things.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, I think that more companies should be in that mindset, like of sponsoring and stuff like that, to make life easier. And also, I think at the end of the day, there is a lot of potential for business on the long run, because if you keep things moving, the money moves, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, yeah, no, it's just that, like, if basically nobody sponsor anyone and nobody do anything about anything, like at the end of the day, nobody gets any money. Like, let's say you sell markers and you sponsor a guy to use your markers, there is a chance that you will sell some markers.
Yes.
More markers. Yeah, right. Like that's how it works. But I feel like in the art community, there's nobody sees artists as an asset in terms of influencer, or like in terms of straight up like creating some sort of star system of artists where you can become, popular and then be better. Like for example, if you are an influencer, fashion design, stuff like that, Adidas maybe sponsors you to show their shoes. It's kind of normalized. But in the art section, like it's like dead. There's almost no sponsor. I never see anyone sponsored. Like it's not like gamers or influencers on Instagram but there is a huge market though. There are thousands and thousands of people that draws or they want to learn to draw and stuff like that. And it's completely unexplored.
Oh, wait, Liz, where are you going, buddy?
My sister is going to be coming over for a minute.
Okay.
So I'll be in and out of chat.
All right.
But I'll be here.
All right, we'll be here. I've got my eye on Liz's chat. Shadow Strider says,
I appreciate
it didn't help my opinion of the place, quite frankly. Oh, he's talking about America. Sims, would you like to visit America?
Oh yeah, one day, yeah, I would like to.
Are you going to come visit me here in New York City, bud?
You like have
of course. Place? Yeah, New York for sure. I want to see.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you could crash on my couch.
Everybody's got their own things. Like some people like cities, some people want to go see like the Grand Canyon or something, or Las Vegas.
That's nice, but fuck that, dude. You gotta come see the fucking man-made mountains in the West, buddy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, I think that the places that I would like to visit is for sure. I mean, New York, because like,
I'm stepping away. I love you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. See you in a bit, Liz.
See you later.
You were saying?
So yeah, New York for sure. Yeah, New York for sure, because like it's the most popular city, I guess. Here. And like there's so many movies and stuff. Like if you want to visit the city, for sure.
Chicago's better.
Yeah, New York City is it's clearly the best city in all of America, as we all know. It's the shining star of all of America. All Americans know and agree that New York City is the best that the United States has to offer entirely.
Disagree.
It's it's the reason why they attacked us on 9/11, Sims. It's because no other city was worthwhile, minus Manhattan, minus the Pentagon and Octagon.
You opened the Pandora box.
It's only because our politicians were there.
Godzilla went to New York because it was so great too.
Yeah. Well, Godzilla went to New York because the movie makers knew that it's the only city that the rest of the world also gives a shit about, as far as the United States is concerned as well. So yes, best city in America, hands down, New York City, as we all know. There's a reason why New York is called one of the most European cities in the U.S. Yeah, culture, baby. The culture is bar none here. Yeah. Tell your sister I said hi, says Too Woke.
Will do.
Take him to Staten Island. Oh, where the vampires are. Where the what we do in the shadows, where those guys are hanging out.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Better Coney Island. We've got Navy Pier. It's so much better than Coney Island.
Mainly, but the Warriors wasn't filmed there. Mainly because the architecture is designed to cater to Europeans.
But wasn't New York originally called
New Amsterdam?
New Amsterdam. Yeah, right.
The Dutch own this.
New York hates the Irish. That's why it sucks.
Those damn Irish. What was I gonna say?
But and then I would like to visit, of course, like LA.
Yeah, sure.
That would be cool.
No,
also,
cool.
I got. Oh no. But I got invited by I don't know, many times the DeviantArt told me they have the headquarters there. They said you should come to visit. I'm like, yeah, but I don't have money. I have to understand. It's pricey.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, LA is also not cheap.
I mean, the question is, if you want to go visit a city that, like, Barbarians just keeps their garbage right out onto the street. I mean, go ahead and visit New York, but You want to visit a city that takes its waste management seriously, you come to Chicago. Waste management and pizza, that's what we take seriously.
Yeah.
I heard the great things about Chicago pizza.
Yes.
It's the best in the country.
It's the best. It's the best casserole in the country for sure.
It's the best in the country. See, New Yorkers like to eat this greasy, sloppy, fucking pig mess. What we do is we like to. I mean, see, they say deep dish is Chicago. Chicago's thin crust. We just know how to do it.
Deep dish. We're pretty diverse here in California. LA to Italy is a long ass flight. Yeah, that's why you stop over in NYC, baby. There is a reason why New York, mainly because the architecture is designed to cater to Europeans. Guys, calm down. All American pizza sucks. I would say that compared to where Sims is, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't put American pizza up against fucking.
I would say that.
Bro, American pizza is better than like British pizza. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I think that it's just different. It's legit. It's legit different pizza. Like it's completely different. When I eat in Toronto pizza once, and that was not like pizza in Italy. Like straight up, it's a different pizza. It's like another thing.
Hey, Cat.
It's not better or worse. It's just another dish.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I don't know if I'd want to eat Toronto pizza. I guess I'd give it a go. Why not? I'm curious.
Seriously, Toronto's not known for pizza. They're known for the cold and being born in 1986.
What?
That's what they're known for, buddy. Wait, why'd you go to Toronto? Was it for love, Sims?
It was for one of my ex.
Yeah. Oh, that tall girl.
Yeah.
That tall girl. She broke Sims's heart. So fuck her. We hate Canada now.
No.
Canada.
Fuck her in the catalog you got her out of.
I don't care. But the point is, it's the only time I've seen like the American continent.
Yeah. Oh, the North American continent. Sure.
Yeah. You should have hopped the border. Said hello.
Yeah. Canada is like retarded America.
Hillbilly. It's like you can go to Canada and visit or America and visit hillbillies, or just visit all of Canada that isn't French speaking.
Quebec.
Once again, the Letterkenny is one of the greatest shows ever. So.
No, but a place that it's also beautiful are the parks there. There is this guy that is also on my stream sometimes, and they're from I guess Texas, Austin.
Yeah.
And he also goes always on hiking and stuff like that. And there are parks around there that are beautiful. I don't know what the fuck is that, but so beautiful.
I've seen a few of your videos. I really love watching your sketching. It's so satisfying in a way I can't explain. It's what it is. It's because I sketch like a special needs child, and somehow.
Oh no.
Somehow at the end of the stream, sometimes we get there. So it's really remarkable. It's like you're watching somebody at the Special Olympics, like, and you kind of like want to applaud them, even though you know they're not doing as great as like a normal person.
Oh no.
Like that's how I feel. Like you're like, oh man, he's getting it done. Good for him. He's getting it done.
We need to stop, Mike.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. But no, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do feel that way.
Shut the fuck up, Mike DiNicola.
Sims, you ever feel that way?
Yeah.
Like if somebody's watching you draw and you're like, listen, if I could do it, you could do it. I'm an example of like, hey, anybody could do what they set their mind to and their hearts to. Look at me, a fool.
I really believe that everybody can do art.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Everybody can. The point is that not everyone has the will to spend time on it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, right? You have to dedicate a lot to it.
It takes 1 billion hours, dude. It's an entire lifetime that I draw, and I still have a lot of things to learn.
So much.
I think that people is into shortcut type of idea that there's a trick that they have to learn secrets, and then they finally become great artists.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what's this? How do you get to? Yeah, how do I find a style? You know, how do I get good at this? It's like, well, take a thing and then draw it at least 1,000 times, and then by the 1,000th time you've done it, you'll be not bad at it.
Yeah, it takes 1 billion hours, bro. Like it's an investment that takes million. Like I think that if you sum up how many hours I spend, it'd be above like 6,000. I don't fucking know. Like it must be huge the amount of time.
Yeah. Well, I've said this before on stream. I'm like, honestly, dude, if you want to get like to that upper level of good, you got to spend at least like 8 to 10 hours a day minimum, I'd say. Like if you want to get good fast, right? Like within like a handful of years. And we're talking about years.
Example of the good soul of Kim Jong-gi, right? Like,
rest in peace,
like
brother.
That guy, rest in peace. But that guy, fucking his entire life,
dude,
he drew.
If you told me that he somehow managed to draw in his sleep, I'd believe you. That's how much that man drew.
Yeah, that guy. I never seen that.
Did you ever see his callus?
Like, every time.
Did you ever see his finger callus? Dude,
no.
He had a callus on his finger from the amount he used to draw that it looked like a second finger coming out of his like middle finger. Because that's how often he was drawing. You know, like how like, you know, workers get their calluses on their hands. This dude had like an art callus, but it was enormous, dude. It was crazy. But
yeah, no, man. Like if you don't, that's the amount of time that you need.
Yes.
Like if you want to be good.
I like that. Yeah, if at the end of the day your hand doesn't hurt and isn't calloused over by the amount of hours you put in sketching, then you're not working as hard as Kim Jong-gi. You know what, dude? That's the bar, man. You know, that's like the unattainable bar that man set.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you work less, it's not that you cannot make it. It's gonna take longer, and probably you're gonna be less good. That's it. Less extraordinary, probably. Of course, always probably, because again, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but like, yeah, everybody thinks they're a genius. Truth is, like, no, not a lot of people is a genius. Like, majority are just average. We are just average people, probably.
Yeah.
That we need to put the hour in. So if you're a mega genius and you need half of the time that a guy like Kim Jong-gi used to have to spend, yeah, cool. But how many chances there are that you are so fucking good that you don't need to put time in and be super good? Zero, man. I tell you.
I like that.
There was an ad, Michael. That was it. I was just opening up a new puzzle, and it was this really loud ad.
I see. Let's see.
New puzzle if anyone wants to join.
Yoji says, that's why I'm just going to erase Sim's name and put my name on it. Well, people do that, dude. You're joking? People do that to him all the time. Problem solved. I've been drawing faces since, before you were born, and I'm still learning. Kat says, I get that too, but you sketch a lot. I think my problem is I don't sketch enough. Does that make sense? Either way, we all find our way. I guess I sketch a fair amount. Sims art, I do try to go 5 hours minimum a day. I try to more.
Yeah. I think a lot is very relative to the person.
Yeah. But yeah,
like,
you're right.
Yeah.
My 5 hours isn't your 5 hours, isn't Kim Jong-gi's 5 hours. You know, like,
yeah,
it's different. It's different for everybody.
The point is putting the effort mentally, like, you know, being on it as much as possible, being consistent, being like, you know, all those things not a lot of people is willing to do.
Yeah,
or
showing
they
up
have the chance to do.
Showing up every day, especially on the days that you don't want to show up, is, I think, what separates the people who will get good and the people who might get good, but it'll take a lot longer.
Yeah, my teacher at art school used to say, like, being an artist is a little bit like, you know, having a shop. Like, every morning you wake up, you go to the shop, you open the gate and make people come in, and you work professionally. Like, it's not that you open a shop sometimes wherever you feel like.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? The mentality has to be like literally like working.
Yeah, I know, that's perfect. I like that. That's good. If you want to get good, you have to treat it like it's a business, and rain or shine, you got to open your shop that day.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you got to want it, because if you don't want it, it's a lot easier to open the shop up if you want to be there. You know, if it's something that you really desire.
Yeah, but it's like saying why do you fucking open a restaurant if you want to cook once in a while? Like, you don't open a restaurant. Like, the point is that you're free to do whatever you want in your free time as a hobby, sure. But the point, I guess always we're talking about people that want to succeed. In terms of not doing just because they have fun. That's totally fine. If you can do art therapy and be like, I like to color with paint, with paint. That relaxes me, but like that's not gonna be like a great piece of art. Probably it's gonna be just like therapeutic for you. Cool.
Right.
Nobody's gonna say that it's wrong or ugly or anything. But if you want to succeed in some way, for sure you need to take a different route. I mean, I've never seen anyone doing stuff random and succeed. Like, I've never seen one person like doing stuff fucking random and succeed. So if there is one person that, because again, like, I feel like sometimes there is, I don't want to fight with myself, but every time this speech comes, people is like, yeah, sure, if you are special and you are the best person in the planet and you're the first person that without doing perfectly anything or spending like doing in their free time, sometimes doing art, that is more than enough to succeed, sure, okay, I'm wrong with that. But like, every single great person in the planet always worked a lot, took it seriously, and I guess that's the secret.
There it is. That's the secret. My hands get really ugly because I draw a lot and I play guitar a lot too, so my hands look gross. Kim Jung-ji was a once-in-a-generation talent. I used to do I've been drawing faces since before you were born. I'm still learning. I used to do 8 to 10 hours per day, probably average 2 hours now. Well, you know, especially early days as an artist, when you don't know a lot, you've got so much ground to cover. You should be putting in those hours. Like, when you don't know, when you're so lost, you don't even know what you don't know yet. At that point, if you want to get serious about it, you have to get all that time in. It's the only way. Oh, welcome back, Elizabeth. Welcome back, Elizabeth.
And yeah, consistency with time is for anything all it takes. I mean, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess also it's fun because like it's true in everything, in every type of job you make. At the end of the day. But it seems like in art, people, for some reason, that's not.
It's so
obvious.
Talent, man. You were born with it.
Yeah, like just with art.
Just with art, you're born with it. Somehow, you just like, magically know how to draw.
You were born with
the
passion to create it. You weren't born with skill.
I haven't drawn in years, says Yoji. Do you miss it, Yoji? I think if I stopped drawing, I would miss it. Sims, if I told you you couldn't draw anymore, for whatever reason, what would you do instead?
If I couldn't draw...
yeah.
I think I will... I mean, I think there are other creative things that you don't have to draw, technically. So I would assume that you're saying if you could not do anything creative anymore, like absolutely nothing creative, like sculpting, you cannot sculpt, you cannot... because probably if I couldn't draw, I would start, I don't know, sculpting.
Okay. No, that's fine. Right? That's a fine answer.
Or like, yeah, or like I would make miniatures. I like that.
Ooh, yeah. I've painted a couple miniatures before.
Shit is good, bro.
It's fun.
That's fun and creative.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, right? It's super good.
Joji misses it, sort of. Drawing is your occupation. I don't need to draw for work.
And if I could not do anything creative, though, I like a mechanic. Like, I would be a mechanic. I like cars. Like, fixing things.
Sims would become an F1 driver.
No, not the driver. I like how do you call it, the mechanic? How do you call the people that fix the engine?
That's
like
that.
You
got it. That's a car mechanic.
Yeah, I always like that.
Sorry, I just had this image in my head. You guys know the car, the little car from Cars that loves the Ferraris.
I've actually
Can't speak English.
I've never seen
Simone.
I've never seen Cars.
What do you? Okay, so anybody that's seen Cars knows what I'm talking about, right?
I'm sure they all do. I'm the only schmuck who hasn't seen it. Red Queen just said something to you, Liz.
Hey, good to see you. Hello, hello. I'm well. How are you today? Thank you for being here.
Anytime I get I wish I could draw like that, I hit them with, how often do you draw? And the answer is always, oh, I don't. What? Wait, so people just...
But what would you do?
Oh, wait, so you're meeting people that they just know how to draw instinctively?
Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Nice.
Yeah, that
I
does
hope
not
tomorrow is
describe
just as
me.
good, Red Queen Randa.
I am not instinctive in the drawing.
Hey, there's Rudy.
I think instinct.
Yes.
I want to say instinct. For sure helps, but has a big problem when you're a professional or like you're trying to make a living. Because if you never solve some issues core of the drawing, if you're talking of drawing or visual art, if you basically don't have enough knowledge, you may fuck up in a clamorous way at some point when you least expect, and you'll be like a fool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That example. You don't know anatomy at all. You never exercise anatomy. You have a good sense of drawing though. Suddenly you make a drawing and you make a major mistake in anatomy that because you don't know, you wing it. And that major mistake could be a problem because like everybody's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? It will show up at some point. Like that's the professionals usually fix a lot of those problems. Right? Like, because they have a lot of experience. So, a big lack of knowledge in some things will show up at some point, and it's kind of like ugly, right? You know what I mean?
Tell him, Sims. Bean says, no, like when people say they wish they could draw, and then they say they don't draw. How can you expect to be good at drawing? I feel like that's just something people that say. I feel like it's just when people say like,
Currently in
oh,
the practice phase.
I wish I was good at playing guitar, or I wish I knew how to play guitar. They wish they had the ability, but they don't. But they know they could if they took guitar lessons, bought a guitar, practice for however many hours a day for many years. But they don't want to do that. It's a nice thing to think about. Like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I knew how to draw? Nah, I'm not going to do that shit. But it'd be nice. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Because if they really wished
it's
it,
like saying,
they would do it.
Yeah, like I could have been an astronaut, stuff like that. That you just say.
Yeah.
Like,
I can confidently say I could not have been.
No, I'm way too stupid to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Me too, definitely.
Ooh, the Italian astronaut. I like that.
I think I saw that movie. Tom Hanks was in it.
The Little Italian That Could. The Sims Art movie.
Starring Jared Leto.
That's adorable.
Sims Art.
Fuck,
What
that's already
Sims
a-
Art? What American
It's
actor
an
would you
instant
have?
flop.
Sims Art. What American actor would you have portray you in your autobiographical movie?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Young Jack
Sims,
Nicholson.
I want you to look him
Yeah.
up. Look up Justin Hawkins from The Darkness. I would like him to portray you.
Wait, what's the name?
Justin
Justin?
Hawkins, the lead singer of the band. That's I believe in a thing called Love Band. They were
Oh, I
big
know
for
this
that
guy.
one song. Yeah, he's got a great YouTube channel too. But
Yoji says Christian Bale as Sims Art.
ooh,
The Sims Art.
well, which
star.
Christian Bale?
American
like puffy
Psycho.
Batman muscle. Oh,
No.
very nice.
Yeah. Chiseled. Listening to
Chiseled.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Liz, do not body shame. So
He's
what? He's
really
shredded like
Very
lettuce.
tall. I'm short.
I'm not body shaming at all.
That's a joke.
All right, you know who I picked,
Serious,
dude?
Liz?
Mr. Lenny
puzzles in that
Kravitz
joke.
as Sims Art.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, wait. Isn't
like Lenny
Lenny
Kravitz.
Kravitz?
Oh yeah, he's a
A what?
He's a
A what?
Wow.
Sims was gonna say chocolate face. I know he was.
How dare
He's
you,
the,
Like,
sir?
I don't want to.
he's
Isn't
a-
the offense? I don't
de
know.
chocolat?
I-
Is Liz coughing or laughing or none?
Laughing. I'm sorry. A little bit of both. I'm eating a Twizzler as well.
Oh,
That Twizzler got all up in my tonsils.
oh boy. I wonder how I scam rich. I wonder how I scam rich people into thinking my mediocre art is worth millions. No, I know it's a rhetorical question. I think also Beans. I think there is this weird kind of, our society has made it so that art is mystical almost for some.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
there's some magical thing that an artist can do that a normal person can't, which is why a person like Bob Ross demystifying it is such a beautiful notion. It's like, no, this isn't a gatekeepy thing. This isn't a only certain people can do this or only certain people are born with this. This is a everybody thing. Everybody can enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the problem is that people mix up two things: drawing and being an artist. In terms of everybody can draw. Being an artist, it's just like depends on what type of artist. Like you can be a good illustrator. It's like the difference between chef and cook. I think like you can be a good cook, but not everybody's a chef.
Right.
Chef is like a person that like Ramsay or fucking those guys that
Guy
creates new
Fieri.
cuisine ideas, concepts. Like it's like the difference between sewing things and being a designer of clothes.
Bobby Flay.
Wait,
Fuck Bobby Flay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know who is this, but the point is,
He's some piece of shit.
artists like if you see in the, like all those artists that make like I shit on the floor, that's my art piece. Like that's
Yeah.
that stuff. You know,
Sylvester
it starts to
Stallone's
be
favorite
like
artist.
depends.
The Chuck Berry special.
It is
There is a guy that-
Mechanica,
There is a guy that
correct.
literally.
Someone recognized your
There is a-
voice.
Oh, what?
Oh hi.
Oh. Wait,
There's a
somebody.
guy that shit inside cans
Whoa.
and he sold it.
Polga, did you expect your famous your most beloved artist, Polga, Sims art, to be expecting
Someone shitting in cans.
shitting in the can? How do you say he shit in a can in Italian?
I bet it sounds romantic.
Yeah, say it. Could you say it romantic?
When you said fuck off or fuck you in Italian earlier, I laughed out loud so hard on accident. I don't know why. It was just so
What, the
beautifully brutal.
Wait, how do we say that?
Somebody put their art in a bag. and throw it right door
Ha
today.
defecato in delle lattine.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think that's
Sounds so
how they say it.
fancy.
Like,
It
the
really
can.
is the
really
language of love.
fancy. It sounds like
Really
you.
the language of love. Oh my god.
But yeah, like the point is that I feel like some people, like at least the art elite, they think that being an artist means like, you know, making those fancy art piece that nobody can understand what it is. And then there is, you know, illustrators and comic book artists that also do art, but it's kind of like different direction. So there is a lot of confusion. I feel like it's very complicated.
I'm currently working on my artificial AI art career, so
Here we go.
Yeah, he's gonna be stealing from Kim Jong-gi directly.
What do you think, Mike, of the AI? Like, how do you see that?
Well, first off, there's no way it's going away. It's here forever now, and it's only gonna get better. So like, let's get that, like right off the bat, that's what it is, right? Regardless of how any of us feel about it, that's the truth. The truth of the matter is Pandora's box has been opened. The toothpaste has been squeezed from the tube, and there's no getting it back inside. So the next question is, as an illustrator, or as a concept artist, or as an animator, or as whatever your field of artisanry is, can you use this tool for your own benefit? Because I guarantee you, as it gets better, people are only going to continue using it, even if you turn your nose up at it. There are millions of others who will not, and they're going to continue working on it. So my question is, how can this benefit us as artists now, and how can it benefit us as artists in the future? What's your
That's a
thoughts
good
on it, bud?
question. No, I think like you, for sure, people will use it and they will not give a fuck. I think that it has to be, what do you say, set some rules.
Yeah.
With copyright, for sure. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like saying, even market, right, has some rules. It's not that you can suddenly buy the entirety of the market and be like, okay, now I'm the king, guys.
Right.
Like I bought everything. Jeff Bezos could buy everything, probably can't by law. Because at some point someone has to be like, chill, bro, chill, daddy.
Daddy, chill.
Stop. Because you can't, right? There has to be some rules. And I feel like in art it's the same. And there is already a rule that you cannot steal from other artists. Like you can't. It's illegal. It's
Right.
copyright illegal. Okay? AI doesn't give a fuck about that by now. Like it's kind of like I can scrape, quote unquote scrape. That's the word they use to say basically I put all your fucking shit in my algorithm or whatever in my catalog, and then I just scramble it and I make whatever the fuck that basically could be literally my art. So I am against that because I don't think it's cool that you can learn by my art, but you're not learning. You're just literally copy pasting it or whatever the fuck. It's a computer. It's not a person. So there should be a rule for that. That's my only thing. Now, assuming that it exists, I feel like it's just a way, like artists should just I think it means that basically artists should step up. So basically only artists that have a certain type of, some artists that just do whatever the fuck, yeah, maybe they will have very hard time. But artists that reach a point where they have a specific style or aesthetic or, personality, I feel like nothing's gonna change really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It isn't just learning, it's using your art as the basis. That is wrong. What are you getting up to? Oh, we're talking about AI and art. And can they stop? Let's be real here, right? Because I think we all agree that taking an artist's illustrations and then repurposing them or scraping them, as they're called, on the bot, that's wrong. It's morally wrong, and also it violates the artist's copyright. But can you stop developers from doing that? Can you prove it? Can you sue them?
I think you can. I think that the problem is that government and everyone that makes laws before they can understand what the fuck is AI, probably dozens of millions, billions years has to pass. But like, if someone would understand, it's very simple. You just should basically make a law that doesn't make legal to take art from Google, fucking Google, and put it in whatever the fuck you programming is and generate other art. That's not okay. Like, it's not okay. And people can be like, but don't you do the same when you go to a museum and you see? No, because I'm not a fucking computer.
Scraping is wrong. There's already precedents, that Google case, but Yoji, there was it wasn't just the one case. There were multiple cases. Google also won a few scraping cases as well. So it's not as cut and dry as scraping is bad, scraping is illegal. Under certain conditions, scraping is illegal. Under other circumstances, scraping isn't deemed illegal or copyright infringement. It just depends. And the thing is, to Sims's point, this is all so new. This is again, because government and bureaucracy moves like a fucking tugboat, like a cruise liner. It's so slow. The technology rapidly outpaces any kind of government regulation. Just look at the gig economy, right? People were putting their homes up on Airbnb before the government even knew what an Airbnb was, right? Taxi drivers were basically put out of their livelihood practically overnight before the government had any idea how to regulate Uber or Lyft. It was just one day the app appears and people are doing it, and the government's like, what the fuck is this? I mean, I know here in New York, there were countless taxi drivers who were completely fucked because they had spent like $50,000, $100,000 to get their license to drive a cab, and they were competing with a person.
That precious medallion.
The medallion. It was they were competing with, an 18-year-old who just downloaded an app a couple hours ago. But how the government can't regulate a thing at the quickness in which it's created. Beats me, man. Sorry to cut off Liz. Liz, are they streaming this somewhere, or are you just chilling? Did he just go here in Europe? Did you just say that, Sims? Did you say here in Europe?
Wait, did I say here in Europe?
Break
I think anybody
laws.
said here in Europe, did we?
I didn't hear it. Break laws and make money. Fuck everyone else until the laws catch up. That's the American way, baby. That's the Silicon Valley way.
Also, welcome back, KG.
Welcome back. Yes, there have been justice lawsuits against algorithms, and it can be proved that certain algorithms scrape and inflict the copyright of an artist's products. Yeah, well, I mean, copyright is if somebody is taking your work that you provide and duplicating it so much that it cuts into your capabilities to, your monetary, your livelihood, your ability to monetize, rather. It's why Twitch streamers were getting hit with copyright infringements by broadcasting music. It's because people could just listen to Rihanna's music on your stream rather than listen to it on Spotify where she gets paid. Same thing with movies and TV shows, yada, yada, yada. There isn't enough change there. So, I mean, the same could be said about art. If an AI program is duplicating your art in your style, so much so that a person doesn't have to hire you to make your art, that's a blatant copyright violation.
I will add to this.
Preach, Sims.
Just the thing.
Preach, Daddy Sims.
Even if it's not even my stuff, I want, since I click accept cookies on every fucking website since 5 or 6 years, or maybe more, you know what I mean? I have to go through that fucking hell of clicking accept cookies. I don't fucking know why I have to do that.
He doesn't want those cookies.
Yeah.
He doesn't want your freaking oatmeal raisin bullshit cookies.
Whoa,
Exactly.
whoa,
So-
whoa! Why are you such a bigot against
Oatmeal raisin cookies are the devil's work.
Oh my god!
It's Satan's work himself.
So since I have to do that, I think that whomever has to scrape whatever the fuck they have to scrape, they should ask first every artist that they're gonna scrape from and say, hey, can I scrape your shit? And I can say yes or no. That's it. Done. Fixed. Solved. The problem is not on me, it's on them. They are scraping my shit, not me. So I don't consent. In the world where everybody has to consent, I don't consent people to scrape my stuff. Why are you doing it without asking? I don't understand why this is okay. How this is even okay? Right? What?
Movies and music moved west to get away from patents. Hollywood entire businesses based on stolen tech they didn't want to pay for. Do you think it should be international law? Look, I'm curious. Do you guys think that? Do you guys think that artists could prosecute these AI companies and succeed? Do you think that could happen? Honestly,
I think with the right money, yes.
I think that a good attorney or a good defending attorney would make the argument that even in organic non-AI art, you see the symbolism and the references and the inspirations through their art. Or at least that's the argument I would make. So if AI art is simply pooling from the samples, you could make the argument that it's using said samples as inspiration if there isn't any overtly stolen things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the point that I make is that my art or the art of anyone that doesn't consent should not be taken and put into any algorithm. The problem is not the outcome. The problem is that in the first place, I don't want my art to teach anything to anyone.
That's fair. That's
my
fair.
Art doesn't want. I don't want to teach to anyone.
But Sims, the only way that they're going to stop is if they get hit with a lawsuit or copyright. If they think they could be sued, because they're not going to, from the kindness of their heart or for some moral reason, not do that.
Yeah, someone should sue them and basically say that they putting art in the algorithm, in the catalogs that train algorithms is illegal.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, you, me, whomever else, Eric Kennedy, we don't have we don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to put in a lawsuit, a long, lengthy court case to, you know, fight for this.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem, yeah.
If you share art, it's subject to where you share it, right? Well, I mean, we did long ago, we had a conversation about Pinterest specifically, because Pinterest more or less steals your art. Now, your art is placed on your public social media, but it's scraped either from algorithms or from Google or from users themselves, and it's put on Pinterest. And Pinterest then takes your artwork, and on their site they place ads. Pinterest doesn't make any kind of content on their own. Pinterest is a content, it's not curated, whatever. It's just a content host. But all the content on their site are people's copyrighted images. And yet, off the back of that, off the back of all the billions of pieces of art on there, they make a very, very, very large sum of money. And the people whose work is on Pinterest get to see none of it. So there's a form of artistic theft right there. But as artists, we just kind of turn a blind eye to it. We just say, "What are you gonna do?" Right? Is collectively what I think we all say. What are you gonna do? It's Pinterest. But it's that mentality that lets these companies kind of just do whatever the fuck they want, man. If they thought it's not theft, it is terms of service. How is it terms of service? Atomic. It's just too big. Anyone can replicate the code. You can't prevent a code from running, and the code for that scraping is already out there. Oh, so Polga says it's so far outside it's loose now. Sims. It's even if you were to sue one company, I guess it's like torrenting almost at this point, right? You can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't stop people from pirating software, movies, TV, whatever. You can try to grab them, but if somebody has a VPN even, or if they're on a private tracker, they're not going to get caught. You're not going to catch them. They're going to, much like this Hamburglar I have, robble. Much
just
like this,
running away with your Lucky Charms.
Yeah. That thieving.
All right, my dog is like
that thieving
like
Mick
crazy.
bastard. Wait, what are you saying? Oh, your dog's got a shit. Okay, great.
I think my dog has to shit. I'll be right back.
All right, she's got to help her dog shit. She's gonna pull the feces out with her hands.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like put a rubber glove on and just.
She's gonna squeeze her
there.
dog like a tube of toothpaste, get it all out, get the poison out. While she's doing that, we're gonna continue with this conversation.
Get the fucking poison out.
Like running an illegal hotel or gypsy cab service without paying proper taxes and licensing fees, even if you watermark it. Oh, dude, the algorithm cares not for the watermark. Also, by the way, anybody with even a mediocre, rudimentary grasp of Photoshop.
Knowledge of Photoshop.
Photoshop has a brush. It's called the healing brush. Sims knows it very well. You literally just hold down the shift key and run your brush across it, and the watermark disappears like that. Photoshop is got. I tell you even worse. You can select the area and just right click, and there is like a tool that is called like smart fill or something like that. Yeah.
That I don't know what the fuck it does.
It's an AI thing.
Disappear everything.
Yeah,
it's an AI thing, I believe.
Yeah. So Photoshop has built in, because it's Photoshop and it's literally meant to remove watermarks. So it takes a second to remove a watermark. I've done it before, not for anything nefarious, but to use references and stuff. I've actually, dude, I've stolen art, but for my own personal use. I'll show you right now. I'll show you Sims art. I'll show you 2 pieces that I stole.
Let's go. Also, a deleted watermark is a great lawsuit. Yeah, I think that could be a good point to sue.
But somebody has to do that, right? So, like, let's say somebody took Sims's art and they removed his watermark and posted it. Sims would have to file a lawsuit, figure out where this person lives. Also, these accounts are generally fake, you know, shitty email, like no nondescript email address, bullshit phone number, no real names used. It's near impossible to be litigious for that stuff, and they pop up all the time. So it's just like an endless cycle. Let's see. Adobe and Microsoft said they're integrating AI into their products, or some random company in China.
China.
Hello, Mandelbrot. Let's see. Let's read Liz's chat. I'm sorry, Shadow Strider. I've been neglecting you. How is this okay? Simple. Copyright is a super American narrated system. Fuck yeah, baby. America, greatest country in the world. I'm not your lawyer, and I'm not here to represent you or give you legal advice. This is just the opinion of a viewer. But I would say that a case on scraping would be a long shot. This is due to a lot of different reasons. You'd have to establish multiple things before you even stand a chance. First, you have to convince a court that an art style is copyrightable, which is already hard considering that people copying an art style manual would be hard to convince the court of. After that, the specific case would have to attach that principle to the situation at hand. How do you prove that it isn't just similar and is actually a style rip? That's probably doable. Shadow, there is a website where you can go where you can check to see if the algorithm has scraped your art, right? Isn't it like haveibeenScraped.com or something like that?
I have no idea that existed until now.
After that, you'd have to prove that the scrape doesn't constitute a transformative use. That's a crapshoot. And lastly, from what I'd say, you'd have to prove that in some way that the media was used is commercialized, right? Well, Shadow Strider is saying that in copyright cases, in litigious cases like that, you have to prove that one, the copyright was it is copyright infringement, but also that there is monetary loss on your end, that the sheer existence of this person's theft cost you financial gain. You have to prove. I mean, it's why these cases are so hard to win.
That's why I don't think this case. That's why I don't think a case like this should be a case. How do you say, man versus another man? But it should be like
man versus
more
AI.
Governative solution. No, it's more like a governative issue. Like, you know what I mean?
A government.
Something a little bit higher.
Right, so rather than have lawyers come in, the government, Congress or whatever should regulate it.
It's different. It's a different scale, because here we're starting to talk of bullshit like that. It's like it starts to feel like it's not anymore like it's a little bit more philosophical shit. It's like it's not a lawsuit that you can start doing with the guy and start to beef with a random AI user.
Right. This shouldn't be. You're saying this shouldn't be. This isn't a court thing. This should be something that you have your representative in government handle.
Or whatever the fuck makes the rules. At some point they should decide like on this matter in general, what's the stance of the government in the law? Where is the law in this? Like, because at that point, like, it should be decided and not based on the current laws that clearly cannot cover this case, because it's a fucking new technology that doesn't take care. Like, if you compare AI to humans, for example, people do that. That's already something that should be not allowed, because you cannot compare a computer with a person and say it's the same. If I see if I see a painting or a computer scrape a painting, it's the same thing. It's not. That's already the first thing that the law should clarify in a way that, you know, makes sense for everyone.
Here, Sims, check this out. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, here, look. Sims, listen to this.
I biscotti.
Wait, hang on. I gotta make it so you can hear. Here we go, Sims. Can you hear this?
I biscotti di farina d'avena e uvetta sono del diavolo.
Does that make any sense to you?
Okay.
He's just okay.
What does that? What did that mean to you?
Proper.
It's not proper. It's improper.
Improper, but I understand the meaning. It means like that the cookies are the devil work. Like the cookies, oatmeal cookies. The oatmeal cookies are the devil's work.
They are.
Oh my gosh, oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies are the devil's work. No, this is what I wanted to show you. But so this is a print that I made. The colors are wrong, but it's because this camera's the colors I've changed.
Oh, this looks beautiful.
So this is from an artist, Human MGN, I think is his handle. Here you see it, MGN there. I printed this out. This was not available for print. I went on his website and I found a high res version of it, and then I took it and then I up-resed it on a website. There are many websites that for free will take a low res image, up-res it to a printable.
At least donate it to this guy. I don't know, like donate to them.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the high quality on that. Look how deep you can go without losing any kind of fidelity. Isn't it beautiful? But Sims, I got one more. This is from a completely different artist. Can you see that? Hang on.
Oh wait, I know this artwork. I've seen the artist, but I think
that is a Ava unit.
Isn't it Evangelion? Yeah.
Yeah, here, look at Shinji. Oh look, I've fucking stained it already.
Yeah, I know this artwork.
So if you actually look at that, look at that fidelity, dude. You could actually see the individual pen marks on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing, dude. I went to this guy's website. I downloaded high-res image.
That's not good, man. You should definitely not do that.
Exclamation mark, disclaimer.
However,
they should not do that.
However, you know why you could do this? You know why I could do this? Is because it's not illegal. I did not at any point.
Still wrong.
See, here's the thing. I at no point broke the law. I printed these out. These aren't, in order to break copyright law, I would have to post these, claim them as my own, and or start selling them on my own as well.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Right.
I mean, it's still ass though to do that.
No, dude, I printed these out for my own use, not to be sold, not to be copied or replicated or any of those things. I printed them out to hang up in my room.
Yeah.
I want to hang these up in my room.
Michael, should I ask you permission before I print out those pasties of your face?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, no. It would be no different if I it's not illegal to print out art from the internet and hang it up around your room.
I don't know the law exactly. I don't know the law exactly. I mean, personally, to me, people steal everything that I do, and they print it. Like, just saying that they do this and more. But I think that morally is for sure, like, not cool for the artist.
Well, listen.
Legally, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends.
It's not
on.
It's illegal if you sell it.
Government.
It's illegal if you sell it because you're actively taking money out of their pocket. What I did did not cost them anything. If anything, it cost me money to fucking print the thing out, find the paper, and all that. And yes, it's private.
I see what you mean.
This meme is illegal.
I think that. No, but I think that yeah, I think legally depends on the state where you live, like the country where you live, for sure. Morally, I feel like you're like an ass, like internationally, like everybody would condemn something like this. Like
I want that as like my ringtone. You're an ass internationally.
Just want to interject. It is definitely illegal to print out somebody else's work.
Really? Even just for personal use?
It is.
The buyer cannot. So even if you were to purchase a said piece of artwork, you don't own the copyright to that art piece.
That I understand.
So like,
but like,
but you're not supposed to. Even if you own one of them, you're not supposed to therefore make prints off of that
Michael's
one.
a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
Hey man, we all used
Technically,
LiveWire back in the day.
Illegal.
See,
Like,
what the fuck, dude? I thought it was only legal if you fucking you only violate copyright if you actually fucking start selling this shit on the streets as your own.
Making prints of any kind, the way I'm reading it.
Wait, where are you reading
Yeah,
this
I
from?
think
Though?
so.
Yeah, I'll post the article. I'll find more, but this is the first one I came across looking at.
So poor people can't own a piece of art they want to put in their room? Says Polga.
I mean, here's the thing: who's
okay.
gonna kick down your door for printing out somebody's image and posting it on your wall? Let's be
Yeah,
real.
I feel like as long as you don't, the point is that if nobody, okay, you're showing on Twitch, so that makes it kind of weird. But let's say that you don't show ever to anyone, like, and you only print in your own home, and no one ever see it. I guess like nobody can ever file
Does
anything.
the tree make a
against you.
sound if it falls in the woods? Nobody's there to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Reproduction by limitation on exclusive rights, reproduction, archives. It is non-infringement of copyright for you know who isn't exempt? I think if I had this done at the library, it's okay. Because it's archival.
Okay. I think that if you take an artwork from a person on the internet and you print it for yourself on paper, like technically is illegal.
The reproduction or distribution.
I don't know the law though in every single country.
The reproduction or distribution is made without the purpose of direct or indirect commercial advantage.
I think you may have made it illegal by showing it on your camera.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe so too.
Poor people can pay for copies. Poor people can pay for copies. There's an entire village in China that makes copies of Van Gogh painting. They copy Van Gogh. No, if you had this done for the library, no, it was illegal before. It sounds like, reading this code, it sounds like I could go to the library, and if they had archives of art, I could have them print out art for me, as long as it's not for profit.
Look,
it's so fucking convoluted.
Here's the thing: the legalities do come in when they talk about publishing rights. So theoretically, there's nothing illegal about copying something off the internet and hanging it in your house. Posting it on your webcam during a stream might put you in the deep end there.
What if I delete the stream?
Boom! No record, no file.
Yeah.
Yeah, if no, like pretty much the point is,
What stream?
You should not do that. But also, like, I want to just say that there is also another thing. For example, the Mona Lisa painting, people print it all the time from internet and everywhere, and like, I guess the point is that you're printing the artwork of a smaller artist. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of prints that people print that technically you should not, because they belong, for example, to the Louvre or to the museums of Vatican museums or something like that.
The way I
right?
see it.
And people print it, so it's also that is illegal, but people do it and nobody gives a fuck. But when it comes to smaller artists,
I look at it like
if you
this.
do that, it's kind of like morally legal, and also
if I take your art and make it my screensaver, or if I put it in my desk, like literally the print that I made is the size of my desktop monitor. The way I'm looking at it is literally if I took the thing on my desktop monitor and put it on my wall instead. That's it. I was never going to buy the art. Some of the artwork isn't for sale. I was never going to buy it anyway, and it's just for my personal enjoyment. That's all.
I think it's still illegal. Still illegal. I feel.
That's
Again, I don't
another
know
thing.
the
Like,
rules in America, but
what if prints aren't available? What if the artist? What if it's a particular piece the artist will never revisit, never do prints on, like, and you just want it so you can hang it in your bathroom?
Hey, good night, crazy bro Athene. Good night.
Yeah, no.
I think technically you can't print anything that doesn't belong to you. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is just you don't publish, you don't publicize it, so you don't say, "Hey, I took this off the internet and this is how to do it on my stream."
Yeah, like it's not what you do behind closed doors and nobody knows. I mean, God knows what you do, but if you show it, for sure it becomes automatic.
Says Simone.
God knows.
Mike publishes his diary pages every night.
God, I went down a rabbit hole, and there's just I'm looking at legal documents now, and it's making my head explode.
Turner versus McGavish.
Yeah, it seems like worst case scenario, I could be sent a cease and desist letter from an artist who would find, like, so it would have to be, so the artist would have to find out that I've done this. Then they would have to figure out who I am. Yeah, tag them. Make sure to add them. Oh, by the way, I added both artists on Instagram. I posted what I printed. I posted that I printed this on Instagram and I tagged them both in the video, letting them both know that I did this.
If they reply to you,
they didn't.
They told you, yeah, sure.
They didn't say anything to me, one way or another. They just
you're set.
They fucking ignored me.
All right, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good evening.
Later, buddy.
Oh, good night.
So yeah, so
good night, guys.
If they don't care, why should I?
I think that doesn't matter. Like the fact that they don't reply to you doesn't make it like legal in any case.
Well,
like, you know what I mean? I get the questions every day about people that want to do stuff with my art.
But that's the thing, right?
For my comic, or people ask me, can I use it for my campaign, D&D?
Well, that's different though, man. That's like people are doing this stuff and like they're using your work for like most of these. Somebody's doing D&D campaigns. If they're streaming it, if they're putting on a podcast, and your art is just all around their shit, that's monetary, man. Like they would be indirectly making money off your work, which I would say that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to put a screensaver of your art on your phone, would you be upset at that?
They do, to start with. They definitely do. I'm not upset, but the point is, someone might be. I guess that's the point.
I don't know. You know what, dude? Fuck them. I'm an artist. I give you permission to do whatever, as long as you're not selling my shit. Print out all my art as long as you want, hanging all around your house. But if you sell it, I'm gonna come after you.
For me, it's the same. The point is that we don't know what's the point of the person you printed the art from.
I don't know, man. They saw what I posted. They did not seem to care. They didn't say anything one way or another. So I'm assuming they're just disinterested.
You can ask.
You could make an argument for asking beforehand. Hey, can I print this out for myself?
They do to me a lot of times. Like they ask, I don't reply because I don't too many questions at the same time. I can't reply everyone.
I have a screensaver for you on my phone, Mike. Ooh, yay. Let's see. There was a couple that stole a de Kooning from a museum that had hanging in their bedroom corner for like 30 years. Yeah, no. I think I think that's where it comes to theft, right? When for Sims or whomever, someone's like for example, the YouTubers, dude. YouTubers take Sims' art and they turn it into a thumbnail, and they make all kinds of money off of this, and Sims gets none of it. Sometimes they don't even bother to fucking credit him in the captions. It's happened to me only once or twice before but that's that I know of. That's that I know of. We're not even talking about the stuff that like you don't catch, and that sucks. Because they're using your work to get clicks on their video, and you don't even get as much of a shout out. That's fucked, man. To me that's way fucking worse than a guy printing out my art in his home and hanging it out for his own pleasure that nobody will ever see. Like that's wildly different, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that as a rule of thumb, like it's better not print stuff from people online. It's not without consent.
It's not nice. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, it's like a bit like scraping stuff. Basically, it's the same thing.
I don't care.
Problem with.
I'm gonna fucking steal your art. I don't care who you are.
Oh no.
I'm fucking stealing. Yeah.
Already.
You tell me no, that's only good. All that you saying I can't take it, that's just gonna make me hard while I do it. While I take your art off Instagram and I print it out on my printer, I'm gonna have a fucking full boner every time. I'm gonna have a boner the whole time. That's right. Hey guys, it's been a bit. How are you? And you know what? Also, I fucking dare you to stop me too. You won't, bitch. You fucking bitch. You can't. No, I'm not talking to you, Sims. I'm talking to
the person. That's instant ban. from Twitch. You gotta get banned.
Uh-oh. Don't ban me, daddy. Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like this, like people, for example, for me, they like for sure they do the weirdest thing. Like they print it on stickers, or like I've seen people even making clone accounts of my art.
That's fucked, man.
On Redbubble. They literally sell on Redbubble stuff that I sell on Redbubble.
That's so much worse, dude. No, like that 100%, they can go fuck themselves. That's horseshit. Because I've seen, you know, it also, you know what? The same thing goes for those art accounts that take people's art without asking them and then post it on their art account, and the art account blows up to like 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That make
pretty much. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Annoying as fuck.
Yeah, that's so much worse. And yeah, just somebody taking a screenshot of your work and putting it on their phone.
Yeah, like I feel like also, I don't know, it depends on the community at the end of the day. Like there's, for example, lots of people that are not aware, and again, they download stuff from Google and they print it, done, like all day. But like they are completely unaware that that's not cool or even legal. They just don't give a.
Well, even me,
know what I mean?
I thought it was legal because I wasn't selling it. Turns out it's a very gray area. And
yeah, it's super.
And the other thing is, like the worst that could happen to me right now is, right? So let's say somebody was like, "Oh my God, this guy printed out my art. I fucking hate that this guy did this. Hang on, let me find out where this guy lives so I could send him a letter from my lawyer." The most he could do is send me a cease and desist letter from a lawyer saying that don't do this. This is illegal what you're doing, and if you continue to do this, you'll be in legal trouble. In which case, I'll say, okay, I destroyed the art. Wink. Don't have to worry about me anymore. And then I just fucking never show it on screen again, and I'd keep doing it. You know, like that's.
I mean, the point is that you're just admitting, though, that which makes you guilty.
Yeah, no. Now that I know that it's illegal, I don't care. Yeah. It's not going to stop me.
Oh no. But why?
Yeah. Oh no. What have we done?
Yeah.
But what have we done? Why?
Because I fucking disagree with it. I think it's stupid.
I think I'm gonna take you down with me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think yeah. You know, because here's what I'm gonna do. Well, first off, I already told the artist that I did this.
I must disagree on this one.
Sure. You're free to disagree. Now I've already alerted the artists that I've done this, and they don't seem to have an issue with it. But you know what, guys? I've got other shit here that I'm not going to show you now that I've definitely printed out. That I'm, that allegedly, of course, all around my house. And yeah, you guys are just never going to see it anymore.
Someone, Cumberdong says copyright infringement kink.
That's what this is. That's how I get my job.
Copyright infringement. By manual.
Let's see. Wait,
if Mike prints my stuff, it's cool. I don't mind if he prints mine.
After all that, he's like, yeah, you can print my stuff. It's fine.
No, but my stuff personally, I'm talking about other people that are not giving their.
Yeah.
I want your work on a puzzle still someday.
Let's see. Polga says, to be honest, I really believe many of the people do that. Don't even think about the damage they're doing. It doesn't even cross their mind. That's because there's a lack of respect and limits over the internet. Polga, who specifically? Let's see. I've had a lot of people say or ask that they have my art as their phone backgrounds or computer backgrounds and a couple of YouTube videos. I don't mind. I just claim it. Don't claim it as yours to try to sell it. Wow. People actually ask you to have them save it as their phone, as their fucking screensaver. That's really, that's very respectful. I will say that. I am very disrespectful.
They do.
Those accounts seem to have a lot more popular like 5 years ago. Well, our favorite tracer says he was inspired by the art. Now that guy can go fuck himself. That guy traces art directly. Yeah. He traces art and then claims that it's his own, and then sells them as commissions. That guy's a piece of shit. I fucking can't stand that guy.
I think that let's say that feel like lots of artists, if you ask, they just say yes, you go for it. Other would probably be like no. That's why, like, at the end of the day, it depends if you ask or not. Yeah.
No, you're right. No, some artists are very, very particular about that. They don't want you taking their art in any. They don't even want you reposting their art. If you look at a lot of Instagram artists, they say they've got a no repost right in their bio on Twitter too. Don't repost my art is what they say.
Exactly.
And
printing.
Yeah, and to them, I say fuck it. I'm not even gonna I'm gonna reprint. I'm gonna print your art and laugh. No.
I mean, no repost. To be fair, on no repost, I feel like there's little they can do. It's more moral thing there. Like if you don't, because at the end of the day, you're on a website where you can't repost. Like let's say you're on Twitter, I can retweet. So I don't think I'm breaking any law. I'm just morally or ethically not very cool.
Yeah.
Printing though, I feel like it goes in the copyright infringement field, like which is actually not legally.
I say printing and selling. I say printing for your own use, no problemo. But we disagree if that's okay.
I don't know that. On this one, I disagree, but most importantly, I also don't know the law in America exactly. I feel like here in Italy, for sure, you can't print and sell stuff. And printing for yourself, I have no idea even in Italy. But I guess it's just the ass thing to do, you know.
The people from the YouTube videos. Yeah, no, that's fucked, man. Because they do it to everybody. They just rip off somebody else's art, make it their thumbnail, and then don't bother to credit them. As their YouTube video gets hundreds of thousands of views, which means they get thousands and thousands of dollars per view, and you don't even get as much as a tag. It's fucked. That sucks. That's way worse. Way fucking worse than somebody fucking using their art as a screensaver.
I think that we should consider having them arrested.
Yeah, let's lock them up, 2 Oak. Well, you had a guy wanting you to draw something. He copied it and left. Yeah, no, that happens a lot. I used to get a DM after from a lot of people saying that other account was pretending to have drawn some of my art, claiming it as theirs. Unfortunately, it was just a rampant once your art. It's just rampant once your art is your online. Yeah, that sucks. Sims, how often do you find people tracing your work?
Lots of times. But most importantly, reposting as without crediting is like the classic. It's a classic. Like making fake accounts basically, where they claim to be me.
Dude, that's fuck, man.
Yeah, which is weird because there's so many artists that are so much better to copy. Like I don't even know what
they love you, buddy.
Yeah, but it's kind of like dumb because like if you wanna steal art, I mean, why you steal art that does, like, you know, you want to go at that point, go steal art that makes a billion numbers. They stole my art. Steal my art makes no sense. Like, you know, you won't steal stuff that makes you make big numbers, I guess. I mean, they steal mine. That, I don't know. I mean, stealing is always wrong. Yeah, what if, no, wait, how's the advertisement? Piracy is like stealing a car.
Impulse says, simple solution is to make sure you draw bad so nobody will want to steal it.
Big brain, right there.
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, listen, let's be honest, dude. Giant corporations can't get people to stop pirating their movies and TV shows and video games and software programs at all. They can't even curb it a little bit. But they tried. But just go to a torrent site right now. I mean, don't, because it's illegal.
Because they succeeded for a bit, like with Netflix. But now that there is a lot of different services, I feel like it's going back there.
Yeah. So if they can't do it, what the hell chance do any of us have stopping somebody from taking stuff?
Yeah, like copyright is a bitch. It's complicated. But for sure, like I assume that, you know, printing artist stuff without consent is kind of like possibly a violation of copyright.
Yeah,
depending on the artist, of course.
Listen, depending on the country, depending on the art, depending on the artist, it's gray. It's gray at best. But
It is gray, but there are some gray some possibilities that the artist doesn't give a fuck, or it's open. How do you say? Open libraries or stuff like that for personal use.
To those artists that don't like that I sometimes print art from the internet, I say, fuck you, and try and stop me. I fucking dare you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going through a lot of mental gymnastics to justify why you do this.
Listen, listen. If you're telling me it's wrong, I will stop telling you that I believe it's right, and I will agree with you that it's wrong, and I will consent that I'm doing a bad thing and that you're right and it is wrong, and also I will continue to do the wrong thing because I'm a bad person. I don't care.
All right. Well, let's agree that on that at least. I believe it's wrong because as a person that gets their stuff stolen and printed without being asked, I'm like,
you don't like
these people.
You don't like it, but guess what? You're friends with one of those people. That's right. The t-shirt art business is wild. See, even that I find worse. Like if I were like wearing apparel,
making business is on the next level for sure. Like making also business out of it. It's probably even a step worse, even worse.
Like you know, I don't know, man. If I was wearing apparel that it wasn't mine, it's like, oh, whose art is that on your shirt? Oh, that's Sims's art. I decided to make t-shirts out of this. Like that's a lot. Or stickers or buttons or magnets or any of that. To me, that seems way worse. Oh, yeah.
That's for sure worse. Like selling is for sure worse because like you're also making business. It's not like just copyright infringement. It's also, I don't know, like you're making money out of it, which is the final stage of, scumbag.
I haven't even reached my final form. Here, let's see. I'm going to wear a beanie and sell his art at cons. Oh, here, I found Sims. I found this video. This video uses my art from a few years ago. I just found one. Here, this is for this video here. This is the art in the thumbnail. It's literally it's a skinwalker drawing I drew from a few years ago. Oh, and yeah, here's the art that they used in the thumbnail that I did. But what they did was I did it in grayscale, and they put a green filter over it and then added that font to make it quote unquote transformative, and then used it.
I see what you mean.
Yikes.
Yeah. And that's, by the way, that's just the one I caught. I don't know, I just so happened to catch that one because I listen to Skinwalker stuff and creepy stories. I don't know. I can't speak to others, I just found out at New York City Comic Con, you can't sell shirts at Artist Alley. They want you to buy a retailer table. That's what my friend does. My friend sells shirts and magnets and all that stuff at the table floor. Oh, well, Sims art. Dude, you've been at conventions, man. Dude, that's copyright infringement.
Very few.
Dude, comic book conventions are basically like, hey, copyright infringement. What's that? Here, buy my Spider-Man print.
Yeah. There's copyright infringement there for sure, like in terms of they even print art here in Italy for sure a lot. They print art that they find on Google and they just print it, and even famous stuff like J. Scott Campbell like level of stuff, they just print it like and you buy it, or like cover of movies and stuff like that, printed without like the consent of Paramount or whatever the fuck is the movie.
Dude, everywhere. Dude, you find copyright infringement at any convention I've ever been to. It really is. Hey, watch it. Hey, come check out. Come see how much copyright infringing we could do here at this convention.
In one shot. No, that's for sure. Like they don't even give a fuck about, like, they print Pulp Fiction poster. Like, that's it, done. Like,
your favorite movies.
On Google,
Yeah, you're right. Pulp Fiction be like, oh, hey, did Miramax okay that? No, I'm
Yeah.
just doing this for fun. But it's also $25 a print. It's your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, only for
That's
fun.
for sure.
but...
That's for sure the worst case.
Hey now, Sims, I can't let you saying that copyright is a bitch. I can't let you saying copyright is a bitch slide like that. As a person with a master's in law, that's my job to say that. People are looking at my LinkedIn profile, and I don't like it.
Take care, Mechanica. Much love. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. It's good to see you. Thanks for puzzling with us.
Yoji says companies are alright with fan art prints so as long as you don't mass scale and start selling it at Walmart. Right. So even that, right? So it's like you go to a comic book convention and you'll see fan art of every one of your favorite manga, anime, fucking Pikachu stuff. None of it's licensed at all. It's all fan shit. But companies could just show up there like the mob and just start taking down art. Like if Disney wanted to, for real, they could show up and just bust these tables down, just fucking kick them over and start fucking sending out subpoenas and cease and desists, because those copyrights
Lord
are.
have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Nobody there has got any rights to that stuff for the most part, right? There's some. I sell DVDs of your old streams at conventions, says Impulse.
Wow.
I wish. Each con has a disclaimer that you hold. Each con has a disclaimer that you hold responsibility if you get sued. Right. The head editor of Viz used to get her anime as bootlegs. DHS regularly does raids at flea markets for IP infringement. Whoa, DHS, what's that? All my shit at my booth last month was fan art. Bean! Ooh, Bean's breaking the law, dude.
I mean, selling copyrighted stuff, it's literally illegal. Come on, like, I don't understand these people.
But dude,
like,
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Final.
But Sims, you go to a convention in America. I'm not saying, again, Sims, what we were just talking about. It's illegal. It's copyright infringement. It's morally and technically illegal and wrong. But people do it all the fucking time. It's just a thing where you just go, you just shrug, That's, you know what? Because that's the American way, baby. Sims, the American way is, it's only illegal if you get caught, baby.
Yeah, I mean, so don't go around to say when you do stuff illegal, Michael.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I fucked up. I parted my kimono and let you guys see too much.
I have a question on a totally different note.
What's up, Daddy?
I have... Ooh, call me Daddy again, please. What smell should I put in for my scented wax? I have juicy apple, flaming orange, wild raspberry, or strawberry cream pie.
Come on.
Wait.
Come on.
Oh no.
I'm going
They all
apple.
smell really
I'm going
good.
apple for the fall.
Cream pie.
Apple is nice.
I said cream pie.
Sims whispered it just now.
Not true.
Sims is too much of a nice. Sims is too much of a nice person.
We have
We're
cream
just.
pie and juicy apple.
We're
Shadow
here-
also says cream pie, but it got auto-modded. I'll allow it for once.
Look, dude, do you know Neumann? The brand of mics.
Oh, the school. Right?
No, the microphone brand.
Oh.
They make those
No.
super fancy mics.
I thought you were talking about Noman the school,
Yeah,
like schoolism.
It's the last cream pie.
No,
too.
no. Anyways, they make those super fancy mics. I contacted them, but they replied, "Yeah, we will let you know." I tried. There was a long shot. I tried to get
Little sponsorship.
some free mic from them. Yeah, good sponsorship.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, yeah, good. You should try.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I tried also with Asus.
Those dulcet tones.
Yeah. Listen, ain't no harm in trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That could be a novel, Liz and the Last Cream Pie.
Oh, Newman.
Are you
Yeah. Oh, those are really expensive, man.
Yeah, I went for the big.
Yeah. Dude,
Like,
I
who
think
am I
like
gonna bother today?
Sure. Homeland Security. The Department of Homeland Security regularly does raids at flea markets for IP infringement. Holy shit. Yeah, how about that, Shadow Strider? They can fucking show up and fucking start raiding your shit, dude.
I've heard of small businesses that do like clothing or like cutesy craft stuff for Disney stuff have been completely raided and just lost everything.
Yeah, hell yeah,
you gotta be
dude.
careful with Disney. Let's
flip over some fucking tables, dude, and fucking start busting head Sims.
All right, I am getting ready to go play some VR, so I'm gonna peace.
Okay. You know what? I think now's a good time to here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I could do.
Homeland Security is going to.
I'm gonna destroy these prints because I feel very guilty about breaking the law, Sims.
He's gonna wake up in the middle of the night shaking.
I'm gonna destroy these prints, and I promise I'm never gonna print again.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Big of you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Love you, friends. Talk to you. It's good to talk to you.
Bye, everybody. I'll catch you maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sims, do you play Overwatch?
I do play Overwatch sometimes, but I'm shit.
I'm shit too. Would you?
So you don't want to play with me?
No, dude. I'd be down. Listen, I'd like to play with you. Just doesn't matter. We could lose all day. It'd be fun. Are you free at all tomorrow for like an hour or so to get a couple games in?
Yeah, we should. I think we should try. Yeah. Why not?
What would be a good time for you? Because I want to work around your schedule.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. When do you wake up? Because, like, wait, what's the time zone? Fuck time zone.
It's about to be 9 p.m. here. What time is it over there?
9 p.m. there. Oh, fuck.
It's what? Is it 1 p.m. 1 a.m. where you are?
9 p.m. U.S. Not New York. In Italy. It's 3 a.m.
Whoa, it's 3 a.m. where you are right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. What is that?
Yeah, it's super late here. In fact, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Wow, all right, so it's a 6-hour difference. Holy shit. Okay. You know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hit me up. You let me know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, I wanna play. Also, Misa plays too.
Dude, we could do a lot. A whole gang of us. Yeah, let's do it. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
See you in the Discord.
Peace.
See you in social. Bye.